degenerate into something new with Resident Evil Degeneration, released December 18th, 2008 on the N-Gage 2.0 marketplace, May 12th, 2009 on Apple iOS, specifically iPhone. This was a game developed by IdeaWorks 3D and published by Capcom. What is your familiarity, Johnny and Sid, with Resident Evil Degeneration?
Yeah, I maybe like a year or two ago watched it in like a Discord movie night, half paying attention, and I rewatched it, and wow, that movie sucks worse than I remember. It is, yeah, not good. A bunch of people off model. I don't know what's wrong with Leon. He looks weird. Claire has like almost like between like a red and a purple dyed hair look. I kept gaslighting myself into thinking they'd lip sync to the Japanese audio because the lip syncing's that bad, but I swapped to Japanese audio to check. No, it is supposed to be English lip flaps, and the story is the most like, what's the word for, like, functional. Like, what do we need to happen next to get the story to go forward? Oh, we need Leon to be able to save this character. He needs to be here.
So let me cut you off here. You're talking about the movie that this is tied into. I'm talking about your familiarity with Resident Evil Degeneration on the N-Gage 2.0 in Apple iOS.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got ahead of myself. Yeah, no, never played
Leon's off model.
Yeah, he is. Some of
the
those
story is functional.
We'll see. Yeah.
It's actually pretty damning of the movie Resident Evil Degeneration. That's very similar in terms of its shortcomings.
Yeah, this one I have some familiarity with. We'll get into a little bit of that. We don't have a history section for this one, but we do have some slides I want to fly through at the top of all things. But yeah, I've known of this one for a while, made some content back in the day around this one. You know, actually, let's just go ahead and cut to the main stage, why don't we? And then pop out in front of it for our parts. And then show this thumbnail for Stop Skeletons from Fighting. Jeez Louise. Me. All right, Cass, you're in show mode. Stop Skeletons from Fighting's lost sequel to Resident Evil 4 is kinda good. Delisted SSFF. This is a video I wrote. I wrote parts of this video back in the day for on behalf of Uncle Derek and the Stop Skeletons from Fighting channel. Specifically, I wrote the bits about I think I wrote some of the history of IdeaWorks. I had written the N-Gage video for Stop Skeletons from Fighting prior to this. And then I played some weirdo versions of this game. I played the fringe versions of this game, the not N-Gage or iOS versions. Curious. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still pretty happy with this video. One of the highlights of my time working on that channel. And definitely recommend if you want just a quick version of this. If you're not here for the 2.5 hours, 3 hours it's going to take us to get through all this game tonight, you just want the 15-minute version of it, go ahead, click through there if you're on YouTube. But for our part, let's talk a little bit about Biohazard Degeneration, also known as Resident Evil Degeneration, also known as the movie film, initially released October 18th, 2008 in Japan, and screening December 27th, 2008 in North America. Limited theatrical runs before coming to DVD and Blu-ray. This is what people call the first Resident Evil animated movie. We already had the Paul W.S. Anderson movies, the Mila Jovovich series going, but people forget there was a Resident Evil CG movie prior to this. It was called Biohazard 4D Executor, or Executor. It was a movie specifically made for like gimmick cinemas in Japan, like at amusement parks and whatnot, where you'd go in and get a 4D experience. It was like a 15-minute short CG movie without any like characters that you recognize. It's like an umbrella cleanup crew during the Raccoon City incident or shortly thereafter. You know, it's inessential, but it is the first. I think it came out in like 1999, 2000, but 2008. This is where we start to kick off the Resident Evil CG film series as we know it today, as has become sort of an established arm of the Resident Evil franchise. These movies are canon. Now, that being said, this first movie is completely inessential in the same ways as that 40 Executor movie is.
Yeah.
So, I remember watching this thing back in the day. I don't remember a goddamn thing about this movie except the fact that it takes place in an airport and it had an N-Gage tie-in game. You two.
No.
Oh, you know
About
what? You're right.
less than a third of the movie takes place in an airport, and then it goes
It's a
off
great
on
hook.
its own
They
place.
throw in the garbage.
Yeah, this movie, the airport part of it, by minute 24 of the movie, they are out of the airport.
Yeah.
Spoiler for the game tonight, the entire thing takes place in the airport. So this game adaptation, this game tie-in to the movie, adapts the first maybe 1/4 generously of this movie film.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. First act, I think you could probably say in terms of its story beats.
So what happens in the rest of the movie?
Granted, though,
What you should
I'll
probably
say-
walk folk through what happens
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah. Because granted, the rest of the movie wouldn't really make a good game. So yeah, it starts off. Claire's at an airport. She works for TerraSave. Play Revelations 2 for more on TerraSave. And a biohazard accidentally happens. There's an evil senator voiced by Dr. Eggman. Literally, it's the current Eggman voice, and he's just doing the same voice. It's really funny. And then that cleans up. A lady with a lot of filler in her lips is there. And then after that gets resolved, an evil British guy is like, "Oh, actually, you protesters are the bad people. By the way, Claire, let's go have tea in my science lab thing." She goes there, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, check out this big evil thing we're doing." And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell Leon." And then that biolab blows up. A guy decides to make himself a G virus because, of course. And then the lady kind of has like a love thing with Leon, where like like a dangerous moment, kind of bringing people together thing.
You're getting
And then it
dangerously
turns
close
out
to making it
the-
sound like stuff happens in this movie. Let's get
Well,
to the
stuff happens. It doesn't mean anything. And then it turns out the British guy was selling stuff to like terrorist people over the world. And then I think that's it. A lot happens.
And then the feckless
doesn't.
fat guy in charge of the corporation kills himself, and this company's been sold to Tricell.
It's weird. It's not. It looks like he got infected. It's strange. And then they show Tricell at the end. They're like, "Oh, Tricell exists."
Yeah, it
Woo."
bridges the gap between Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5 is the idea of it. And again, was
Yeah.
this necessary? No. Was it at least entertaining? No.
No.
I'm a defender of the Paul W.S. Anderson movies. Like, they're not
Legit?
good.
They're better. They're better than this.
They're
I think.
better than this. Sid,
Yeah.
you've seen how many of these CG movies at this point?
Well, I didn't see 4D Executor, but yes, I've seen all of them.
Do they get better?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say so. Like, Damnation, the one after this, is the most like fine of them all. I think it's fine. It's totally fine. There's a scene where Ada Wong has a martial arts fight with before Tekken introduced the Polish prime minister who knows martial arts. Ada Wong fights a vaguely Polish prime minister woman who knows martial arts. And that's all right. And there's a guy who can use a headset thing to control liquors or something. That's about it. It's fine. Let's see. Infinite Darkness, the Netflix series that's got the Resident Evil 2 remake actors. If that was a movie, it would be the worst movie. It's worse than it's mostly talking. The villains. What does the villain say? Terror is the essence of fear.
That doesn't mean anything. Being
Also, like,
scared is the
Claire-
essence of fear. Horror is the essence of terror.
Yeah.
Fear
It's
leads
the
to anger.
Zoolander thing where he says moisture is the essence of wetness. Yeah.
That's some Final Fantasy 13 Destiny is Destiny shit.
Mhm. Yeah. Let's see. Vendetta, outside of the fake John Wick fight and the zombie hallway fight, is mostly whatever. Let's see. Death Island is kind of fun, but like the entire second act is just the villain monologuing at all the gathered Resident Evil characters to tell them how much they suck. Like, it goes on for a really long time. But the first act and the third act are fun. But yeah, Infinite Darkness, I mean, it joins Degeneration and being like,
Being like what? I think you had a little bit of a Discord cutout there. Oh, we might have
Oh,
lost
that's on
them.
my end.
credit
Oh,
just
no.
being like, oh yeah, Rebecca Chambers and Claire Redfield know how to operate firearms.
Well,
Claire
Rebecca
does
Chambers.
not shoot anyone. Oh yeah, I guess, but
Yeah, zero rec on that. I also remembered, by the way, speaking of monologuing, that Degeneration ends with Leon just explaining like the villain's motives because they weren't ever established in the story.
right. Also,
Someone's gotta
Claire
expedite
comes up
this
with
shit.
a perfectly like rational chain of events, and then Leon comes with like, actually, you're completely wrong, Claire. It's like, look, maybe because Code Veronica is my first Resident Evil, like, but like, and well, a lot of
Hell
people
yeah.
like Claire. And it's just like,
Yeah.
and like that's probably the one that she's the best in, even though she's also transphobic in that for a line. It's fine. It's fine. It was a different time, but you know, like,
But
it's
Claire
just like,
deserves better.
Yeah, I like
Always.
Leon too,
Yeah.
but like, why can't she have a win? What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
So that's this movie. Also, the coolest action thing is just Leon doing a bunch of like athletic running shit that would have been a QTE
Yeah.
or Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, he
That's
knows
it.
parkour for some reason.
Well, we might have some QTEs in tonight's game, as a matter of fact. That might replicate the
Ooh.
feeling of that hardcore parkour from Resident Evil Degeneration, the movie. We'll see. We will see. But before we get to seeing that, we should mention the developer of the game we're about to play tonight, IdeaWorks 3D. They are previously responsible for all of the good N-Gage conversions. That is to say, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Tomb Raider. They're also responsible for a game we've played previously here, Metal Gear Solid Mobile. They handled the reimagining, a fresh, a derivative Metal Gear game for the N-Gage 2.0 marketplace, and originally for Japanese feature phones, but this one here was developed with the N-Gage 2.0 initially in mind. There was also a BlackBerry release I forgot to put on there because I couldn't find reliable release information for it. And then they're like for specifically one model of Japanese smartphone as well. But this was more intended, I feel, for the North American, European markets. Unlike Metal Gear Solid Mobile, which was for the Japanese market first, for the Japanese feature phones first, and then made its way out to the rest of the world. And, you know, that's interesting because, you know, IdeaWorks 3D, we're very steady, reliable hands, to be sure. Like, you know, if there was any company, any studio that understood how the N-Gage worked, it was them. That we should also mention that, you know, we're talking N-Gage here. I shouldn't be using it so flippantly because this Degeneration game is specifically for the N-Gage 2.0, which is to say, not the original N-Gage, not the N-Gage QD revised model of the original N-Gage. It is for a marketplace calling itself N-Gage that was available on later Nokia phones. So there were a few different models of Nokia phone that you could buy that would have access to this marketplace that you could purchase and download this game from. That is if you knew about it, right? Like if you were really tuned into Resident Evil or tuned into that marketplace. Because, you know, this game, from what I recall, I found sales data back in the day for that Stop Skeletons from Fighting video. I think it topped their sales charts, that Nokia storefront sales chart, for like a month or so before getting dethroned by Tetris. So it moved like some number of units, but like Tetris is always like the top seller in that particular storefront.
Oh, yeah.
Because of course it was, because it was fucking Tetris.
And you're judging on a scale there because you have to assume what the amount of install base for N-Gage 2.0 is.
Yeah, I think there's like you could probably find it on Pocket Gamer. Yeah, here it is. I actually have it in my browser history. Resident Evil Degeneration Top's latest N-Gage chart. There we are.
Yeah.
Which doesn't actually have numbers attached to it. But I'm going to assume, I'm going to guesstimate here, probably 5 digits. Like somewhere in the 10,000 to, let's say, like 50,000 range. As far as like its N-Gage 2.0 release is concerned. Maybe it moves, you know, this early iOS, we're talking like 2009 iOS, right? Probably like another like 5-digit number there. I would guesstimate. So, this is not the most known game. It is forgotten. It is, as Derek called it, the lost sequel to Resident Evil 4. I don't love that title. I didn't come up with that title, by the way. No shade on Derek. And clearly people click through on that title, but I would...
Yes, I'll say it is a clickable title.
Yes. Speaking of clickable, there was an attempt to market this game. This was not just, put out there to die. There was a marketing effort here. Enter zombiesingles.com. This was a faux dating website started up by Capcom and IdeaWorks, wherein you would go onto the site, upload a photo of yourself, and then put a zombie filter on it, draw gore onto your photo, and then people would see your photos and then vote on the photos to say which ones were gory, which ones were sexy, or, I'm sorry, it's bore or gore, were the two things you could swipe left or right on. And ultimately what this resolved in was that by June of 2009, they tallied up all the votes that had been cast on all the different photos and all the different submissions, and the person who had the most gore votes had a panel, a Capcom and Nokia panel, judges decide who the winner among that lot would be. Some people got free phones. Some people, there was a second place prize, where there was a Japanese vacation, a trip to Japan. And then number one prize, I believe, was a exclusive pass for Tokyo Game Show 2009, where they would fly someone out to meet with the mobile games developers, to meet with IdeaWorks at Capcom's booth. And there was, you can see at the top of this page here, of this screenshot, that there was a Meet the Winner page, the contest closed and whatnot. Unfortunately, navigating the site, you can try to access it from archive.org, but it's very broken. A lot of the assets just aren't archived, and also, there's an age gate, an age verification thing you have to try to click through that blocks you from accessing most of the rest of the website. So otherwise, I would have loved to have seen if they had, photos of the meeting, of the event that at the Tokyo Game Show, and see who the winner was and all that. I would have reported those details here, but time did not allot. So, game marketing and advertising in the late 2000s. It's a lost art. So, that's all I got. That's really all there is for this game. As far as interesting tidbits, little bits of history I can pepper in. It's time we play this thing. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and get it loaded, and we'll jump right in. And we'll have ourselves a grand old zombie shooting time, why don't we? See that phone aspect ratio, that classic phone aspect ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is, no sound yet. They got to be sparing with the sound. Yeah, let's making sure it is on. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
I'll start a new game. Yeah, here's the airport. So far, so Trisha. Some conversations here. We're not even going to read this, right? I mean, why does it matter?
Ingrid. That is her first name, but that's lore.
So, not really pushing the N-Gage to its limits. You'd expect it to be in 3D, this. It's, can't really move around in the space either. Derek said this was the lost sequel to Resident Evil 4. I don't know, this reads just every other J2ME game I've ever played.
Let's give Resident Evil Gaiden a run for its money, I think,
I'd rather play this than Resident Evil Gaiden again. Okay, I'm blowing a prank on everyone. This is Resident Evil Degeneration 2D, developed by Glue Mobile. This is actually the J2ME version of Resident Evil Degeneration. And yes, it is just a bunch of scenes that look like this with radio calls in between. I think as you get deeper into the game, you start picking up items like herbs and maybe a couple other guns. But I mean, meaningfully, what you're seeing here is basically the entire game. So, not exactly the definitive version of Resident Evil Degeneration, if such a thing is to exist. It's between the N-Gage version and the iOS version. I think the iOS version actually has worse graphics, but runs smoother.
It's higher fidelity, worse artistically, from what I remember.
And, you know, we could keep doing this, but, you know, I think I've run the bit dry here. I think, you know, that's as much of that as we need to see. Let's get the real game going. Let's get the real Resident Evil Degeneration in 3D up and running. Okay, let's select the language. You know, you got to have the global audience in mind. Okay, looking very similar. Branding's very similar here. Yeah, I'll reset all my mission progress.
Weapons and items. That's the power of the iPhone.
Yet more dialogue. You know, the same dialogue. You know, you're going to have parity between these. Okay, destroy all enemies. I can do that. You see, we have our weapon select. Classic stuff. You see, it's in 3D now.
Whoa. Ooh, extra area in Leon.
Ooh,
No.
I got grabbed by the ghoulies.
Ah,
Okay, let's run over here.
I'm so scared. Fuck. Shit.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Survival horror has never been spookier. Hey, guess what?
Hey.
Classic Leon one-liner.
I'm
That
pulling another
guy.
joke. I'm pulling another prank. This is the 3D version of Resident Evil Generation for Glue Mobile. We'll, I don't know if this was Glue Mobile or not, actually. This might have just been a Capcom team. So there were actually several Capcom J2ME Resident Evil games that have a sort of similar structure to one another. This level here, this screen here.
Yeah, this.
Tell me if this starts to look familiar. Tell me if this looks. This is the airport. They drew the airport in here, but this staircase here. Let's go up the staircase. I cannot go further here. I guess I gotta do some shooting. I guess I do have to engage with the video game a little bit. Push that way. This hallway here. Turn around.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel like
these are
when people
fascinating
say,
to me. Yeah.
oh yeah, but when people say, "Oh, this looks like a PlayStation 1 game," and they mean as an insult, this is what they think PlayStation 1 games look like.
So the interesting thing about this, and this is something I brought up in the Stop Skeleton from Fighting video, is that this game is a reskin of a previous Resident Evil game it's called Resident Evil The Missions, and it takes screens from Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, and makes them into like sort of like set pieces, into like sort of mission-based like screens. Like, you know, you clear this screen, clear the enemies in this room, and then move on to the next. This game, this Degeneration here, this screen is the Raccoon City Police Department. This is the staircase that takes you to the second floor. This is where the item room would be.
West, main.
Yep. They just drew airport stuff over it.
Yeah.
The airport also used to be an art museum.
Nice.
Duty-free alcohol.
So this thing is fascinating. I think we will, at a certain point on our Cup of J2ME program, go into further depth on all the Resident Evil 3D games and maybe some of the 2D ones as well on J2ME, since we do have that program now to show off J2ME stuff. But for now, we're gonna close the flip phone shut and finally stop dicking around. I don't have any other versions of Resident Evil Degeneration other than the one that people have come here for. So let's boot open the old EKA2L1. Still the worst name for an emulator ever, possibly.
That or Nesticle.
Don't mind how broken this looks. Trying to show the storefront here. Once we get into the game, it will be copacetic. It'll be fine. There we go. We're going to play this in 4:3. You could play this in the phone aspect ratio. You could play this, vertically like those J2ME games or what have you, but I want to fill out more of the frame.
Actually,
that's
more
cool.
detailed disclaimer than usual.
Now, I win and beat this. I decided I wanted to beat this when I did it for the skeletons. And then I thought, well, I'll just coast off of that knowledge. But then I went and beat this again, just in the past few days. So if I really wanted to, I could just go to load game and then select any chapter here, all 11 of them. You can see how long the game takes, roughly an hour and a half. I also have the Mercenary Mode. Not mercenaries, just mercenary, just the one.
Yeah.
But
You can play as agent.
you can play as Leon, and that's about it. You can see our controls here. You can bind them as you will. This is where you would flip the screen. I'm not going to do that because I might break the capture again. So
Yeah.
what I'll do is I will just start a new game. I don't mind losing that previous save data. I'm going to play it on professional. Professional ain't a trifle.
Ooh.
It ain't a thing. No, give me a fresh save.
Attributes.
It's a bit weird considering it claimed it was gonna write over your previous campaign data.
7 years after the Raccoon City incident, Harvardville, a city in the American Midwest, has become the victim of a terrorist attack involving biological weaponry. The attack occurred at Harvardville Airport. People at the airport quickly succumbed to a violently infectious virus, turning them into walking vessels of disease. On the iOS version, you'd have scenes from the movie here. Unmentionable terrors roam the corridors. Something aboard flight N538GA caused it to crash right into the terminal. Would love to have seen it. Would love to just have a slideshow or something here. The number of fatalities is expected to be high. A secret government organization dispatches its top agent, Leon Scott Kennedy, to the scene. His mission? To rescue a group of vital survivors trapped in the heart of the airport. Before the inspection spreads further. Their lives are in his hands. Resident Evil Degeneration.
Can't he get a nice bonus?
He's gonna shoplift from the duty-free. Leon here. Come in, Hunnigan. Who's gonna be Hunnigan?
Oh, who was this?
What's
Ah,
that?
I read you, Leon.
Great. Special Forces operatives, Angela and Greg, who entered here with me, have gone on ahead to survey the area. What are my orders?
Your new objective is to find and rescue Senator Ron Davis and any survivors trapped along with him.
So, where do I go from here? Bingo?
We believe the Senator is currently located in the VIP lounge among the other unknown survivors. You will need to make your way through the VIP lounge I have marked on your map.
Got it, Hunnigan. I'm moving out.
And
here we
Senator's
are.
the guy who killed himself at the end of the movie. That's
We
But,
don't.
like,
That's
if I did a
spoiler
Hunnigan
alert. We
voice,
don't
it
see
was-
that in the movie. We don't see that in the game. I mean,
it's just
so hey, this looks like Resident Evil 4, doesn't it? If it was done on the cheap,
Yeah.
on the PS1, one might say. This is like pretty equivalent to a PS1, I would say, more so than those J2ME games.
Yeah.
Take open
Seeing
doors.
this, but the start thing is, I've always thought it was weird that Capcom never tried to do, say, Resident Evil on the PlayStation Portable. And then I saw this, I was like, oh, this could have been, like with some changes, something for the PSP. Oh. Hey, Leon. This part of the area is heavily under construction.
Got it. So what do we know so far?
The passenger jet that crashed into the airport has caused massive structural damage. It's one giant death trap.
Sounds like fun.
There should be a workman's ladder that leads out of there.
Yeah, I can see it. It's right in front of me. This is. Did I really need
Need
to
I
spell
remind
that
you
out?
we're on duty?
Ultimate Lumen says Gun Survivor 1 looking ass visuals.
Yeah.
That's unkind to Gun Survivor, which we've also played on the show previously.
Kind of grime.
Oh my god.
Leon, we're aware that you have entered this mission without much in the way of supplies. Whoops. Given the nature of
Why?
the disaster, there should be plenty of ammo and medical goods scattered around the airport.
Why?
It's weapons
Why
SOP.
ammo? This is post 9/11. Why is there a bunch of guns? Who's the... Anyway,
You see, the owner of the airport scattered the ammo around, so in the case
in the
of
event
a
of an
terrorist attack,
emergency. All right.
yes, they wouldn't.
So what's this room normally?
They wouldn't steal it.
Yeah, let's think about this in terms of an airport. This is the smoker's lounge.
Yeah.
This is the workman's trap.
All right, you ready for some animation? Sick.
Phone call.
You're not gonna check her pulse. You're not gonna. Oh, we're right into
All right,
it.
here we go.
Okay. So, Resident Evil 4 style, we can go into this aiming reticule here, pop a shot, walk up, do a melee, not kill them immediately because they have a little bit more health than that. You know, you can move in the directions you expect to move in. You can double tap backwards to do that.
Hey.
Nice.
When you're in this mode, you can double tap a direction to move while you're in aim mode for like a
Yeah,
last
that's
second
pretty cool.
dodge.
Yeah.
You can also bring out the knife in place of the gun. And let's see. That zombie's made
Wow,
of
you
metal.
guys like that.
Yeah, I noticed the sparks earlier. Oh,
At least they're not blue like in the Zebo version.
yeah. Of course. Hold on. Yep.
The infected.
cool.
They're here, and they're hungry.
What's your status?
About to get busier. I've got more company.
Aim for the head, Leon. It's their weak spot. Also, this will stun them so you can get in close for a kick. The same thing will happen if you shoot them in the leg.
Thanks for the lecture, Hunnigan. Dude, you're the one who
You're
keeps making
welcome.
calls. You're the one who keeps calling in to Hunnigan to be like, oh no, I see a zombie. What do I do? You know, you gotta exposit this stuff. You have to tutorialize the player. This might be, you know, someone might not have played Resident Evil 4, but
Yeah.
decide to play this. A fan of Resident Evil who just loves the movie, but has never played one of the games before. And you gotta make sure that they know what they're doing, that they have an in on this.
Something about just you kick and then they just slowly fall down.
I don't know why, but it's much funnier that it's American dollars. A suitcase now.
Well, this is an American airport, Harvardville. That
Yeah,
classic
the Midwest,
town.
the most unsafe place to be in the Resident Evil universe.
So you see there was a padlock on that door, but now we've bridged the gap from the room we started in to here. So now we don't have to go through that whole rigmarole of jumping through the window there. See, that's what I call, you know, people talk about, you know, Dark Souls and how, like, the maps are all interconnected. But I think Resident Evil Degeneration, that's where... By the way, flying to the UK? Pixel,
Hell
pixel,
yeah.
pixel, 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 pixel.
It's just a question, though. Flying to the UK? You sure?
There's still time to reconsider.
Let's go this way. You know, I should probably show the map.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a map. It does not zoom out or zoom in. It's just you scroll it around. It does point out your objective at any moment in time, which is nice, I suppose. Also here, we can go through our inventory, see how many herbs,
Ooh.
boxes of ammo, etc.
Can't see what brand the bullets are. The American Wolf?
It does look like the Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, it is just the
design
Resident Evil 4 box, but you know, less pixels to work with, lower resolution texture, or what have you.
Oh.
Leon, Watch out when zombies attack in groups. They're especially dangerous if they get behind you. You want to make a quick turn. Yeah.
Yep, quick step.
Oh, wow. Quick step. That's not in most.
It's not. Yeah, no, that was the double tapping while you're in aim to do last second dodges.
Yeah.
Got it. Which, you know, it seems like it might be useful, except it's not, because look how slow and shambling they are. And, you know, they talked about, you know, zombies approaching in a group. We're not really getting big groups here. I'll spoil that detail as well.
Weird time for that message.
So, you know.
Sounds really mad.
Wouldn't you be if you got turned into a zombie and missed your flight?
Yo, Crank Handle, canonical Resident Evil item.
This game is
the
canon.
hero.
Yeah, I'm curious if we'll get any full Mercier or at least Resident Evil 4 grunts. I don't know if he's responsible for all of them.
So we're collecting cash. You might suspect there's a merchant in this game, because Resident Evil 4 had a merchant.
Yep.
Whoa. There wasn't a zombie before, and now there is. I'm scared.
I actually stopped for you.
You never know what's around the corner in this game, and that's the true horror. Oh. I think we want to go turn around to the shutter and then open that up. Nelson JD in chat says, man, I was about to get on my plane, but then I was so itchy and I needed something tasty. This sucks. And you know how much they charge for tasties at the airports? It's criminal.
Itchy, duty free.
Itchy whiskey flights before my flight. You ever do a whiskey flight before a flight? That's the only way to fly as far as I'm concerned at this point.
Nope. Leon, you must be close to the VIP entrance now. You will need a password for the door. We heard a member of the Special Forces has the password. But we haven't heard from him since he contacted us from the arrivals lobby.
Got it. I'll head to the arrivals lobby and look for him.
I've seen the location of the door in the arrivals lobby on your device. Please check the map. Yeah, I can tell these devs made that Metal Gear Solid N-Gage 2.0 game. Flow is very similar. Correct password for this normal handled door.
Yeah, they could have done the extra mile of putting like a rectangle next to the door, just to make it look like they were trying, but...
Oh, hang on, getting a call. Hey, Leon. I just saw something.
I think he left the oven on at home. I'm all ears.
What if there were two dudes on the moon?
Use the mounted fire extinguishers around the airport to your advantage. If you shoot them, they'll explode. Could be useful when facing multiple combatants, Leon. Just make sure you're not too close.
Always appreciate the advice, Hunnigan. I'll give it a try.
God, I don't like looking at Leon's stupid Degeneration face there.
That zombie's just right in front of the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Come on.
They could have jazzed it up a little. Just been like, great advice, Hunnigan. Will you have sex with me? Hunnigan, I want sex.
Wow, not even enough to kill. Well, that's all right. We'll have a better handgun sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
What is this?
I do like when you pick up money, it's just an entire briefcase of bills. Not some coins, not even one stack, just an entire briefcase.
Well, we don't have coins anymore. We were banning. It starts with pennies. First they came for the pennies. Next they came for the nickels, the dimes. It's going to be all dollar denominations from here on out. And I, for one, couldn't be happier. Fuck coins. Earthquake. Huh? Whoa. You know what? Let's die.
Yeah,
yes!
There we go.
Oh, I was hoping they had the Resident Evil 4 death groan.
Not quite. All right, let's try that again.
It kind of is, yeah, isn't it? It's like when you get killed
It's
by
like it's cut off a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, you can just retry. I'm not going to have a no-death run here. I'm going to deliberately die for funsies. Time to move. Is this equivalent to the parkour from the movie? What the hell was that?
A lot of rolling. Hey, Leon, what's up?
It seems that I found the door to the arrivals lobby. There's a slot for keycards on the door.
You're now in the airport staff area. All staff that worked here must have had access to the door. There's a staff cafeteria to the left of this door.
Bring me back a meatloaf, Leon.
You could probably find the keycards you need around there. Sure, why not?
A lot of guesswork, speculation, etc.
She knows a scary amount about this place.
Security protocols notes.
Files.
Yep, there are files.
Nice.
Sid, how about you take the files?
All right. Security protocols.
This is a reference to Resident Evil, which is abbreviated as RE.
You guys. Just a reminder, please contact management about any unattended suitcases that are found around the airport. Anyone found opening suitcases and crates and keeping valuables will be fired on the spot. So don't even think about it. Management!
Love management. All right, let me just double check.
They didn't even come up with a fake white guy name for these. Come on, that's one of the small pleasures of Resident Evil.
Also, I'm...
Oh,
hang on. Leon! Looks like more special forces have entered the airport. There's a rumor...
With the U, wow.
Yeah, I heard around the water cooler that some local special forces have gone rogue and are selling salvaged weapons and munitions.
It's still always about the money, huh?
It's unforgivable to say the least. But I think you could use this advantage in the situation.
No ethical consumption.
Yeah, not that unforgivable, I guess.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. Leon out. Hey, what do you know? Isn't that convenient?
Kill him.
First. Those are the suitcases they are talking about. They let you shoot them open, knife them open. Oh!
Oh.
What's going on? You buy and I sell. Quite a simple transaction. Wait, does someone have a merchant voice? And you are.
Just a stranger with business sense. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All you need to know is that I've got the goods. Here, let me show you.
That's actually really good.
That's really good.
Thank you. I've never done that before, actually.
It's a shame we don't have a British person around who could do like that accent.
Yeah.
Well, to be most accurate, Johnny would say some lines, and then I'd say other lines. You get the spread of the accents, right?
So, we have a merchant. We can buy bigger attaché cases. You may notice we don't have the grid style of inventory, so this literally just gives you more slots, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Items take up a designated number of slots, just a numerical value. We have a tune-up menu. I'm not going to bother tuning this handgun because they have the Punisher that we can get later. I will sell this first aid spray because I don't fucking need it. And I will use this money to buy the Punisher straight away. And I can't sell the basic handgun, unfortunately.
Huh.
But
Weird.
I'm just gonna not use it. I'm just gonna switch over to the Punisher because that's penetration and it has tune-up that I can do, and it looks cooler too, in my humble opinion. Sleek and black.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see this guy around, or maybe not this guy. Who's to say? Maybe there are multiple merchants. Maybe there are multiple guys who have gone rogue in the Special Forces.
I've been in the U.S. Special Forces my whole life. Born and bred from Greenwich Village. Bert?
Why would I? Seems like it'd be scary in there. Okay, yes, we do have a bird.
Nope, not anymore. We don't even know if that was infected. That could have just...
Well, look, it had $500 on
bird.
it, so...
It's actually a member of the Special Forces.
Squawk! I've gone rogue! Squawk! I think that might be the only bird.
We'll deny all knowledge of your operations.
Oh, what was that? Was that by chance
a yellow.
a yellow herb? Oh, let's combine that with. There's no combining herbs in this game.
Yeah.
You get green herbs, you get yellow herbs. There are no red herbs. So you just.
I mean, with this many calls about explaining basic gaming, there's no way they can trust you. Be like, how about you manage some resources like, in a long-term sense?
I could also see at some point the UI would feel really clunky doing it through a phone. So just simplify that a little bit. Yeah.
I would not have an inventory at all if that was my concern.
Oh,
200 buckaroos. Security key card. That'll come in handy.
That was the airplane's key card.
So how about the soundscape in this? It's there.
Yeah, I do like what they're going for with the music.
I think I can go that way. Have we gone this way? I think this is just going to connect to where we were previously.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Get the map completion. Ah, but there's...
Remember, this is where the lady got crushed.
Inescapable rubble. Seems like you could have avoided most of it by not moving.
Oh, hello.
So, you know, I could do the classic Resident Evil 4, you know, shoot once, kick,
Yeah.
switch to melee to finish off.
Oh. There we go.
You know, alternatively, you can just use the knife for most of this game.
Yeah, I
has
noticed
knockback,
Yeah. Very broken.
and it has it does as much damage as the pistol does. So, you know, it's pretty effective.
Good range on it too, yeah.
All things told. Or you can do what I'm going to do and just use the pistol. They give you so much ammo in this game. Ammo economy, not a concern in this game.
Yeah.
Do I want to buy anything else?
That is where Resident Evil was at this point.
I'm going to buy this
all the
treasure
airport
map.
treasures.
And you know, as long as I'm here...
Isn't the treasure room in the airport just the unclaimed baggage?
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
The map just draws this like a big circle around that one room. Spend $300 on this shit? 3 levels of upgrade. Flat upgrades to firepower, reload speed, ammo capacity for all the weapons in the game. If you max it out, you don't get anything particularly special for it, but, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no to max firepower. You can maybe save money. I probably don't need to buy reload speed. I will. You have so much money past a certain point here.
But hypothetically, if you met a guy in real life and his name was Max Firepower, would you say no to him?
Probably, because anyone who gives themselves a nickname like that isn't to be trusted. Flying to the UK in red this time.
Now, yeah. That Punisher comic, one where he's like, how old are you? He says 45. Caliber. Ugh. Where do you live? On the edge.
Cinematic.
Whoa,
Am I playing
Dutch
a
angle.
game or watching the movie? Title card!
Late title drop. Hell yeah. Leon, come in.
Hunnigan, this is Leon. Yeah, I know. We have a one-way line of communication here. It's been us talking.
You're at the site of the plane crash.
I'm looking at it right now. So this is what started all this, huh?
Yes. Can you see any sign of survivors?
I doubt anyone survived this. I can't see any special forces either. Looks like the wreckage of the plane is blocking half of this hall, though. I'm gonna have to go through the wreckage to look for a special forces operative on the other side of the lobby.
Are you sure that's...
I'm worried about the survivors in the VIP lounge, so I'll have to get the password fast.
Oh. Now he's taking over the giving instructions thing. It's like the going from Dead Space 1 to the remake.
Oh, there we go. There's our group.
Well, you know, I have this. Might as well,
yeah.
right?
What? Aw.
Yeah, it's underwhelming, and it switches you back to the default handgun, which is pathetic.
Also, I will say, it is a plane crash, but I doubt anyone survived. The fuselage looks mostly intact.
Yeah.
What do you mean
Well,
I
they're not-
doubt anyone survived this?
Might as well take a look around, see if we can
Yeah, if they were
self-immolate
more
Gollum
specific-
style. No.
Nah, Leon's too cool for that. Yeah, if he was more specific about, oh, this where the infection started, so I doubt no one survived the infection, then yeah, he'd have a point. Also, yeah, they're throwing herbs at you a lot as well.
You have to
I'm
bear in
curious
mind
if we
that,
can see-
controlling this on an N-Gage.
Oh,
Or not
yeah,
an
yeah,
N-Gage,
yeah.
not an N-Gage. There'd be a Nokia phone. That's like an old feature
Yeah.
phone, specifically. Your reaction, your ability to control the game is somewhat compromised. I'm playing this with DualSense. I mapped all the controls to like a proper controller.
Yeah.
Just to be, I'm not fucking with a numpad all night when it comes to this.
Yeah.
That's for a couple of J2ME nights. But
Next zombie account, by the way, can we see a leg shot? I'm just curious if it does the they fall into their knee thing or not. Hey, look at that.
So how's this compared to like the airplane shootouts in like COD?
I always hated those close quarters maps, those tiny ass maps in Call of Duty, at least in multiplayer. It's fine in single player, Mile High Club or whatever the fuck, and then Call of Duty 4 or like the Modern Warfare 3 where you're protecting the Russian president, and it's like doing like all the zero-G stuff. That's fun. Multiplayer, tiny maps, fuck them. I don't want to be in a kill box. I don't want to be just tossing grenades on spawn and hoping for the best.
I have no good reason why. For some reason, my brain went to, oh yeah, the demo for that Wanted game was on the plane.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? But why is that my first fault? I didn't even
I
play
hope
the full
Leon
game.
pisses on a zombie at the end of this. Also, Jadera says she was gonna help you find your seats. Like that's, I was thinking like, oh, that would be a one line, and that's what they wrote them for us. But judging by like the only way Leon seems to do dialogue is calling Hunnigan. It's like, hey Hunnigan, guess what? Passengers will. Plane is descending. We're going down. I write this surrounded by monsters. Everybody is turning. Will I become one of them? Or will we crash first? No humans left alive. Oh God, please, I don't want to die. To my beautiful wife, I love you always.
I'm crying. It's so emotional.
Management.
That's that's not a will though, right?
No,
Unless
it's not.
it's-
They didn't bequeath anything. Yeah, they.
My last will and testament. I don't want to die, so if you can fix that.
That's what I love my
Oh,
wife.
touch those boxes. What? Ow.
Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I thought that was trivial. No, those were deadly.
Yeah, the QTEs, they are just instant fail.
A little bit pleased with yourself, ain't you?
So I will be letting those play out as often as possible. And also, it wastes so little time. It lets you just pick right back up where you left off, so.
Oh, okay, now I get what that texture changing meant. I didn't realize that was supposed to signify the fan working.
Yeah, good of Leon to move into the way of it.
Yeah.
That was too close. I'm on the other side of the wreckage.
Glad to hear you made it, Leon. Can you see the Special Forces operatives anywhere?
I'm looking now. I'll call you back, Hunnigan. Oh? Don't mind if I do. Alright, get a load of this guy. Hey, try to take it easy. Tell me what happened. We were going through
the underground.
You
I don't know.
you said go
Johnny,
for it. I don't know how to describe what I saw. That was not an average zombie. I panicked and ran away. Then I locked these doors behind me. Like a coward. I'm told you have access to the VIP lounge. Some kind of password? My team should have it. You're not going in there, are you? Wait, you can't! I'm running out of time. I need that password memo. All right, the door at the end of the lobby leads to the underground. Take this weapon. A coward like me has no use for it.
No, he's not a merchant, okay.
Nope, we just get a free shotgun.
Wow. Yeah, tactical.
And some shells, and some shells. and some more shells after this call. Hunnigan, I'm about to proceed underground.
Understood.
No, underground.
I found the operative. He'd become separated from his team. His team has the password. I'm going to investigate and make my way topside. I'll get that password for the VIP lounge in no time.
Great. The airport's underground is complicated. You know when you change your relationship status to it's complicated. I have marked the exit to the VIP lounge. Go there.
All right, Hunnigan, I'm going in.
All right, good. You do that.
Oh, look at that. We actually ran out of
nice.
space.
Huh.
What am I to do? Also, it spawned some enemies in behind us, so... Look at these guys. Firefighters.
What the?
Oh. Okay. I thought they had stage lights on their heads. You know, with the flaps. That's what it looked like to me from a distance.
A Fernell, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious. Is it because of how stacks work, or does it like, because you, for example, like if you use a herb, would that clear up room?
It
or is
would.
it you're hitting the stack limit? Okay.
See, I have 7 green herbs, so it takes up 7 slots.
Yeah. Because you could do a little heal, I think.
Yep.
There you go.
And then I will discard and discard and discard. Herb that restores partial health. And discard and discard. Look, they're going to give us so much goddamn stuff in this game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Come on.
I do like the idea
Wow.
of firefighter zombies.
They start having enemies like this in like 6 too, right? Like where you can just shoot their backs and they blow up. I mean, I guess they have those in. I guess there's like a couple of those in 4, more in 5.
Yeah.
Code Veronica has those too. The special ops guys with the explosives on them.
Yeah. I was so confused when that happened. When I was doing like a proper playthrough.
Triple A says shoot the coward to save space. No dice. You also can't kill the merchants in this. No fun allowed.
Too scared of dying to die.
Yippee!
It does track how many health items you use, so...
I like how chapters listed like a ranking like factor.
The Underground Network.
Flying to the UK, flying to the UK, flying to the UK.
They only offer flights from the US to the UK at this airport.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. Leon, the underground is difficult to see ahead, and you're likely to get lost, knowing you. Make sure you check your current position and marked objective on the map.
They really want you using the map in this, and that's good, because I need to use the map. Because you've seen me use the map already. You know I'm directionally challenged, so it is good that the map is consistent in this.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay, Hunnigan, I arrived. No thanks to your directions.
Okay, some of these shots just
zombies,
whiff.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine because we have so much ammo anyway, but... That's how quickly you can do it. If you just tap it. Even if it doesn't look like they're recoiling, they are taking damage. As long as you see the sparks, that does indicate they are taking damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
I thought you said there wasn't any more birds in the
miss.
game. You said there weren't any more birds in the game, but I was hearing a bird cry that entire cutscene.
What sound does the bird make? A whore! A whore!
I have a name.
What's at the end of this hallway? I'm sure it's just a dead end. You know, it's locked, and this game is very linear in its progression, but, you know, there might be, like, an item sitting around here. Yeah, those green herbs. You know, I'm full up. I don't even...
Yeah. It's a minor thing, but it's really funny to see that this game does have some form of level of detail texture techniques in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm honestly surprised because my understanding is that in some ways isn't a performance fix. Because you know you're having to store more stuff in memory to do stuff like that.
Hunnigan, I have the password for the VIP lounge.
Excellent work, Leon.
Don't tell me what it is.
Go through the go through the door at the end of the corridor, and you'll be very close to the VIP lounge.
That thing. I need to get topside ASAP.
How many times do you need to reload your gun
Yeah.
on cutscene?
Compulsively.
That's very unlike the movie.
Right, with the
That's very
animation for
unlike the
dying
movie.
to that, you just get knocked on your feet. So I went ahead and skipped that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, hello. The old friend of mine. But yeah, I was going to say, reloading is very unlike the film, where no one needs to reload, really.
So I just bought 2 bigger cases. Is there anything I can sell? First aid spray. I really don't need the first aid spray. And you know, as long as I'm here. Fuck it. Wow, look at me. I already maximized the
Yay.
pistol. Perfect. We're not going to upgrade the shotgun. You do get the riot shotgun later, which is just objectively better than the pump action shotgun, so... Ooh. Got some flicker in there. You know, I might as well use the shotgun if I'm not gonna... And not a one-hit
Wow.
kill.
What is this, the Code Veronica shotgun? Actually, no, that's still instant kill them when you shot them in the head. Okay.
You want the Spec Ops
Ooh.
memo?
We got separated. This place is a hellhole. Where's our backup? If anyone reads this, we've gone in search of the VIP lounge. From what we can gather, the lounge is a highly secure area. Hopefully we'll find a way to get in.
World building. What will I find this way? Over yonder.
Hello.
Hunnigan, I need some kind of security access down here. They've locked the doors. The keycard I have isn't compatible.
Don't worry about that for now, Leon.
This is a
Focus on accessing the VIP lounge.
Ted Sniveler is an anagram for Resident Evil. Spooky, says Bob Latz. Consider
That
me
is
spooked.
spooky, yeah.
Consider me scared.
Hello, ma'am. Hi.
Who are you? What the hell's going on? I can't take this anymore. Calm down. You're fine. You don't understand. It's here. We're not safe. Don't misunderstand me. I appreciate you risking your life for us and all, but it's hopeless. Something terrible, something huge is stalking these tunnels. Go on. I'm intrigued.
I'm listening.
I work at the infirmary just up ahead. We were hiding in there when this thing came crashing in. It had these giant claws just rip right through the wall. I wanted to run, but I couldn't just abandon the people who were hurt. I have to help them if I can. I understand. You did the best you could. I have to get to the VIP lounge and try to help the survivors trapped there. I need to move fast. I see. Just try to stay clear of the infirmary. That's where I last saw it. Gotcha. Access to the VIP lounge is further along the passage up ahead. Alright, goodbye!
Wait. Follow me.
Just headbutt a door open.
Oh, she's not gonna make it. She's not cut out for this. So I think you were supposed to talk to her first because she calls the monster a thing. And, you know, Leon also calls it a thing. So I think you were meant to, like, explore that way, then come here. Then him calling it a thing was supposed to pay off here. Or something. I don't know.
Hang on. Do me a favor. Back up. What are those lockers doing up there?
No, this is a fuse box, you goof. It's an electrical...
But how do you access it?
With a ladder. They're like junction boxes, you see?
It just seems really inconvenient to put it up that high.
Well, some guy kept bumping into it. He had no peripheral vision. Alright, that's the infirmary room. Fucking pathetic.
Yeah. I mean, you take the the decapitation out of the shotgun of Resident Evil game, it really hurts it. Oh, okay, that was pretty good. Him running towards you.
This has moments where it feels like a video game. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a little reductive, which is my specialty, is being reductive about these games. But like ultimately, like this is hitting the notes it needs to hit for the thing it is trying to do, for the scope and scale it is trying to achieve. It is mostly hitting that. It is replicating, approximating the Resident Evil 4 style of gameplay.
Yeah, yeah.
If you fire too fast, you lose some of the sound effects, as you may have noticed there. And they accurately surmise that Resident Evil 4 was going to be the direction that Capcom kept pursuing to their own detriment.
Mm-hmm.
Someone get ready to voice this guy, and then someone get ready to voice a lady.
Help!
Actually, I'll spoil it. We're going to have Claire in a second, so someone do Claire's voice, please.
All right. Leon? What are you doing here?
Oh, Claire, what have they done to you?
I could ask you the same thing.
You're the one. Well, anyway, it's good that you're okay.
Sick.
I'm not going to recreate Get Down from Maury Tunes. Leon, we have to hurry.
Yeah, which the movie does do, by the way.
Right. Which way is the VIP lounge? I already have the password. Leave that other guy behind, I guess. Oh, no, there he is. I guess we dragged him off camera.
I can't explain in words. I'll tell you later. I'll have to show you.
Oh, she gone.
Who are you? Leon Kennedy. I'm here to rescue you.
No. That's Eggman. That's Dr.
Just
Eggman.
you? You do an Eggman, then? Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, shit. Well, at least they said someone.
Now let's get you out of here. How many? Oh,
5.
I only count 4.
There's a little girl with me, Ronnie. Unbelievable that child should have to witness such a disaster. He's sleeping safely in the storage room.
Oh, door.
Huh? What was that?
Hey, someone's at... Hang on.
All right, you dial that in. Who is it?
What a bitch.
Help me, I'm wounded. Let me in.
Let him in.
Wait. Have you been bitten? No, I've been shot. Friendly fire. I'm not infected, okay? There's something out here. It ripped right through my entire team.
This man needs immediate medical attention.
You gotta let me in. I have vital information. This place. All right, let him in.
I was shot with one of our own bike guns.
We need to get him medical supplies.
There's nothing here but terrible coffee.
You're not helping.
Plane. More planes. What? More planes?
Out with it, you fool.
He knows something.
He's too badly hurt.
I'm glad they don't put speaker names on this.
When I passed through the underground network, I saw an infirmary. I'll go get him what he needs. Take this key. It'll open the infirmary door. Wait for me here, and whatever happens, don't leave this room.
I'm coming with you. You'll need my help, Leon.
It's too risky. It's a confined war zone down there. I need to do this by myself.
Leon.
Don't worry. I'll be right back.
Give me a fucking gun.
They don't give Claire a gun in the movie. They give her. She gets a gun for like one scene, right?
Yeah, she gets it for one scene
she-
and she does some Code Veronica shit.
She has an umbrella.
She does, yeah.
Also, man, this is like way more people than are ever in a dialogue scene in any other Resident Evil game. This is a wild, large amount of alive people all talking. Like there's a bunch of survivors in that church in RE6, right? But like, there's not like a cutscene where they all have a conversation, like hashing out details.
Yeah, there is a bit earlier, like maybe when you get in the guns shop at the bottom, but it kind of cuts in and out of gameplay.
That one I feel is also shorter than this.
Oh yeah,
like everyone says the one thing to be like, this is their one personality trait they're gonna have before they die.
I made it, Hunnigan. I've made contact with the survivors.
fantastic news, Leon. I'm making the call for extraction.
Wait, Hunnigan, I can't leave yet. One of the survivors is badly wounded and needs immediate medical attention.
But, Leon...
There may be more planes which are in danger of crashing, and we can't afford to take that chance. I'm gonna make my way down to the infirmary to retrieve some medical supplies.
Just make it fast, Leon. I have marked the infirmary on your map with a yellow icon.
So you can't extract anybody else?
No, it's a one-and-done kind of deal. They're gonna nuke the site from orbit afterwards, just to be sure. Alright, down this hallway. Look at that lightning-fast reload.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty fast before.
Shooting. It's not about reloading either.
I'll say it's a spooky song, but it is the one song we've had, and then the one combat song.
Well, you know, downloadable games in 2008. There were probably file size limits. They did not put this out on an SD card on physical media, so...
Yeah.
And also, you know, you were probably playing the sans audio. That's why they didn't bother doing voice acting, right?
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Most people who are handheld portable gaming are not listening to much of anything. Are just doing that shit like on the train, on the bus, no earbuds in. I think we do have a boss fight coming up. Alright, that's the right way.
There's something funny about this game having to write out a whole sentence about opening. You have used the key to open the door.
Now, it really wants me to take it. It really wants me to take that item right here and now.
It's weird we even had a cutscene to have you walk up to it.
But I know what the game's about to do, so I want to see if I can... Yep.
Hey, Hunnigan, there's a med kit
Jeez.
here. Like herbs?
Fucking...
No, like a med kit. A what? Like a...
It's got like...
It's like a big first aid spray.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Oh, I like you could just use the yellow herbs. You don't
Yes.
actually have to pick them up.
So, why did I do that, you wonder? Or why were all those items just sitting for me there?
Well, that was just a fucking boss fountain, straight up.
Oh.
I know boss fountain when I see one.
Kill me. Oh, I wonder if... maybe I should have thought of this before I... Yeah, go figure. I just want to grab all this stuff before we do the fight, because obviously the boss fight transitions to here. And, you know, you could, like, pick the stuff up by going around in a circle, but this just might save you a little bit of time. It's that thing! Yeah, use the yellow herb. And there is a different song that plays for the boss there, for that, whatever kind of tyrant this is.
Yeah. I want to get a good look at it, see what tyrant this kind of looks like.
It's the first one, but he's not on the protein.
Alright. So, pretty simple strategy for this one.
Yeah. No more running for this guy.
Leon, stop it. So this tore through the special forces, huh?
Yep. Special forces ain't shit.
It's a fun jingle in the song there. Do 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 do.
Getting funky with it. Oh, come back this way. My wallet. Oh, he was loaded.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, hold on.
Feels-
Which way do I need to go?
Small, but I guess all the numbers are small.
This way. Okay. I mean, I could go to the merchant. I could take a quick sojourn to the merchant and see if he's got anything new in stock, and I think I will.
Shadero says, I feel like we haven't heard from Hunnigan in a while. I'm starting to miss her.
Hunnigan, I'm scared.
Hunnigan
There's a lot of
shot
zombies
the tyrant one time. That's great, Leon. You should keep shooting it some more.
All right. Thanks for the
Amen.
lecture, Hunnigan. I do wish there was a sprint in this. I know Resident Evil 4 didn't have a sprint. I know they added it in 4 make. Oh, was there?
Yeah, it's running.
Well, there ain't in this.
Yeah, but you mean like faster than the,
Yeah.
you know, walking, running, sprint? Yeah. I get what
Yeah,
you
it's
mean.
not sprint, I guess.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, the movement speed is just in general faster in Resident Evil 4.
You know, you got to pad a game out somehow. You got to pad a mobile game out. So,
You gotta have run in Resident Evil.
I've been holding on to this thought, and now's as good a time as any. So when are we going to put Resident Evil Requiem on the Bad Game Hall of Fame, huh? When are we going to put the fucking latest Resident Evil game? That piece of fucking garbage. That piece of fucking
don't know,
unrepentant dog shit.
I don't know, I haven't played it.
Great.
I liked it.
Don't worry, I'll try that again. You know, it's not quite a laser hallway, but it's the best they could do.
Oh. Oh, it's so cool.
And luckily the steam shut off. Luckily that's
Yeah.
oh, we tried. Time to give up, said the steam valve, says the inanimate pipe there. That's my bit. That's the best I got. You do better. But yeah,
pipe. But enough about my dating life.
But yeah, Resident Evil Requiem has killed Resident Evil for me. Has killed it dead. Is one of the most miserable, frustrating, deeply fucking depressing things I've experienced in my life. It's so tragic that people have convinced themselves to fool themselves into thinking that's like even like a remotely passable video game. Miss me?
Leon.
Here, I got the supplies.
Well, it's about time. I never knew that dying could do something.
Could be so noisy.
So
The auto advancing here sucks. You're safe.
Oh,
You said
okay.
something before about planes. Can you tell us what you know? Yeah, these are all timed. I don't have any ability to slow
Yeah.
or... Emergency radio
I should have
transmission.
figured, yeah.
Hold up in the eastern part of Duty Free. The signal was bad, but we were able to get part of his transmission. He said that the call had been intercepted from a pilot. He said that the pilot's plane was being overrun by the infected. The radio cut out before we could find out more. Looks like I need to get to Duty Free. You know how to get there? You'll need to take the Civvy way through security. That's not how you spell Civvy. Carl, are you there? My radio! My team! Herg! You're in no condition to go.
Leon.
I'm on my way. Keep this place locked up tight. Ahem. Did we lose Johnny? What's going on, Leon? Not 100% sure. The soldier we saved said something about a plane loaded with the infected.
Oh.
I have a bad feeling about all this, Hunnigan. You back, Johnny?
What about the survivors?
They're fine, locked up safely in the VIP lounge. I'll be in touch soon. Leon out. Hey, another chapter down.
Uh-oh.
And I think every chapter is when they update the merchant. So I think the next time we see him, we should have some fun new weapons we can get hands on. We finally made it to duty free.
It'll be like one of those annoying people that's like, well, in the other phone version of this game, you got to duty free right away.
And it's a better game for it. I know, I am fascinated by that 3D J2ME game. I want to play through all of that to see what rooms they redraw, what rooms I could recognize from classic Resident Evil that they draw airplane shit over. For now, though, let's take a quick stop at Rich's Cafe, located in Duty Free.
I don't want to get any coffee from there. Can I get some coffee from flying to the UK?
Well, it's going to be UK coffee. It's going to be UK beans, unfortunately. And since Johnny's not here to defend himself, he'll be back, folks. It's Discord's being funky.
I'm getting reports of fighting and security. Erratic, desperate gunfire.
But enough of my love life.
Get to the duty-free area. You'll have to go through the security area. Be careful area.
Got it area. Blah Hats in chat asks, I haven't played RE9. What about 9 didn't you like? I heard the Leon sections are boring, but not Claire. Grace is the lady character's name. Parts were good. Here's the problem. They stapled 2 fucking different video games together. They made a chimera monster that has no sense of pacing or momentum whatsoever. And at a certain point, they just give up on half of the game and just make it fucking RE4 light. And that part is some of the worst Resident Evil I've ever played in my fucking life. It's all the worst parts of 6, all the worst excesses and junk without any of the charm, because it all takes place in a brown fucking sludge. And they have the most pointless fucking weapon upgrades that they stitched on because people know that, you know, like, it's Resident Evil 4, like, you gotta have a merchant, you gotta have upgrades. And it's like, no, actually you don't. But, you know, sure, staple it on anyway. Who gives a fuck? We're just rehashing old Resident Evil at this point. We're just playing a best-of compilation, and the plot's fucking nonsensical garbage that just pisses all over the entire lineage of the series. But hey, you know, at least it makes fucking RE6 canon, at least. At least it finally, like, confirms that that is, in fact, the game that they were taking the most homage from and making this new Resident Evil game. I'm gonna fucking Bad Game Hall of Fame... I'm going to do a stream of that game one of these days, and it's going to be the saltiest you've ever heard me for a game that gets 9s out of 10s, proving once again that critics have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, by and large. What a piece of fucking garbage. Angriest I've ever been playing a game, Resident Evil Requiem. Anyhow, Johnny, are you back? Johnny keeps connecting to the call, but keeps messaging us on our stream team saying that they can't hear us or say anything, so we'll just keep it up. We'll keep it going for now. Sid, go ahead and...
I have sent you... Why don't they use fucking contraction? I've sent you the location of the door to the duty-free area. You should hurry out of there, Leon.
I'll call you when I'm in duty-free.
Understood. Good luck.
Huh? Oh, these animations are. I mean, he was looking at the wall. He wouldn't have seen the grenade. Canonically, you know, in my mind, he wouldn't have seen that. So this is how his story ends, in my mind. So go tell Johnny in the text chat to just fucking restart their computer, please. Thank you. All right, and this time I'll pass the QTE. This time I won't get grenaded.
Can't believe that guy was a Spanish mercenary.
I love the beat of that gunfire. Mm-hmm. Wow, he transformed quick. The Special Forces operatives here. They're all infected. Hunnigan, I'm gonna have to call you back. I've got company. Why'd you call in the first place?
Leon, be careful. The Special Forces operatives are wearing their body armor. Aim for the head or legs.
What do you think I've been doing this whole game, lady?
Rounds from a Punisher, rifle, or Magnum will penetrate the body armor and do damage. Do you think fucking Simmons from RE6 is over here? He's like, wow, she's talking an awful lot to this guy.
He would be
This
in
guy
the
must
room
be
at
the
this point.
dumbest man in the universe. I can assassinate the president right in front of him, no problem.
I guess I will go forward with my world domination plan. If this is the best they've got. By the way, I spitefully
all 11
aimed,
herbs and spices.
out of spite, I aimed at the chest because it makes so little difference. Oh, this is another file.
Damn crash circuits. What's going on here? We could be letting anybody through with security like this.
Commentary on the TSA. Biting commentary from IdeaWorks 3D.
Dog kennels are malfunctioning. So is our locking mechanism for the civilian route.
Well, that's the whole note. A whole 2 pages. Very necessary. That's just to indicate there's going to be dogs. That there will, in fact, be zombie dogs in this game. Are there any zombie dogs in the movie?
Electronically locked dog kennels? I don't remember. I do remember there's that scene in Vendetta when Leon's riding a motorcycle and shooting at dogs, and like they appear to be the normal dogs.
Just regular ass dogs.
She has so much trouble killing them.
You know, his cop instinct kicked in, so
That should have been easy.
there we are.
Oh, gold wire. Every time I see those, I think they're like a Metal Gear ration.
Because they use the same interchangeable model for all the treasures. That is just kind of like an oval. Great, more grenades.
Oh. We got Johnny. Here's Johnny. Damn.
Oh, this is maddening. Hey, we got some Magnum ammo at the very least. Can't wait till they give us the Magnum. It's gonna be so sick when we get that Magnum in a second.
Yeah, why did Leon not come with weapons this time? This is explicitly there are a bunch of monsters scenario. It's not like even RE5 is just like, hey, stuff hasn't kicked off yet. Keep a low profile, etc. Like, it's not a great excuse, but at least it's something.
It's at least an effort being made to justify it, yes.
Yeah, this is just like, yeah, it's all zombies here. It's like, well, I better keep a low profile. Maybe I'll blend in with the zombies.
I saw this movie. It's called Shaun of the Dead. You seen it, Hunnigan? They just pretend to be zombies and they just walk right past all of them. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Asks, are you a Killer 7 fan or a Broken Butterfly fan?
Broken Butterfly all day.
Yeah. Welcome.
It's a shame he doesn't just talk to you every time. He doesn't have something fun to say. Anyway, yeah, I'll buy this rifle. I'll buy the TMP.
Ooh, rapid fire action. On the feature phone.
Fully automatic machine
know
pistol.
that there are companies that are still making like Android like flip phones, like not like the folding screen ones, but like actual flip phones.
Yeah, they've come back in vogue. Kids they crave the dumb phones as a trend.
Yeah, but that's like there are a bunch of those that like people like, but there's actually not as many as I thought of like ones that actually have Android on them. Because I was trying to look into it, and it's actually just like really not yet, but maybe by the end of the year there will be. And I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe I do want that. Maybe I don't want a regular phone, or maybe that's just because I want to pull out my phone and have people be like, what the fuck is that?
Just for the novelty of it, just for the social novelty. Do it for the bit.
I don't know. I should get another regular rugged phone because not that I think I'm going to be shot, but my previous phone, Unihertz Atom L. Is like, if someone did shoot me, I think this could stop one bullet at least. 9mm at least. Maybe not a 45, but 9mm. I think I could take one.
There's gotta be a YouTuber who just lines up how many bullets. I mean, what caliber of bullet can pierce through this, right? Like, what caliber does it take to go through a phone? Probably not much. It probably would be pretty easy. Or how many phones? I lined up 15 iPhones in a row. We'll see how many phones the bullet goes through.
Yeah, triple I missing phones actually fit in my pocket. The non-gimmick flip phone one, it's still a gimmick because it's fucking rugged and it's thick as fuck, but it's the Ulefone Armor Mini, like 20, I think, not 20T. That one's like $500. I think Armor Mini's like $300 or whatever. But like, it's small, it's like height wise. Wow, these are the most passive dogs in any Resident Evil game, I think.
They have to slow them down for for the phone.
What I would do is just have them, just run right at you when you open the door or something.
No, they need to give you all the time in the world to react. Anyway, I fully upgraded the TMP. I just...
Oh.
Peek in the corner.
Whoa, wall hacks. Whoa.
Oh, wow, that didn't take many shots at all.
Wow, this is... you don't need the handgun at all anymore, do you?
Well, they only give you so much TMP ammo, I imagine.
Hmm. Oh, Johnny's connecting.
Let's hope. Let's cross our fingers. If not, change the region on Discord for me and see if that fixes anything for Johnny.
Again.
Oh, there we are.
Yep.
We heard a word.
I'm in.
Really?
Yeah. No. Oh, no, he can't hear us.
Tell him.
I can.
No, he can't hear us. He's gone. He's dead.
Johnny's a dead man. Miss him, miss him, miss him.
Ugh.
Are you there? Can you hear us? Are we good now?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Apparently, when it was breaking on my end, I could hear pretty much what you were saying still, for some reason.
Love it. Love modern
Yes,
technology.
Something must have gone real bad my end, because even when Discord was out, like Parsec and everything else was working still.
Well, you haven't missed
I was
much.
watching.
Oh, you just missed us clear
We
another
cleared a whole
chapter.
Hey!
Duty Free East? Jesus Christ. How much fucking duty free is in this place?
I've heard good things
Come
about
to
duty free.
scenic Harvardville, known for its internationally famous gigantic duty free mega mall.
Hunnigan, I made it to duty free. I think the survivors are stuck inside the shops. How can I get inside?
You won't be able to open them manually from the outside, Leon.
It's good to have you back, Hunnigan.
I wonder if you could get in through the ceiling. I think there's an escalator nearby.
That what?
Shutter controls note.
Ooh.
About
shutter controls. The funk soul, bruh. I've really tried my best to repair the shop shutter system. Seems like we still can't get them to open/close individually. So for now, I've set up the system so that they all open simultaneously at the flick of the shutter switch. Be advised, from Bruce, Repairs.
So his name is Repairs Bruce? Man, his
Yeah.
parents played a cruel joke
He's
on
a
him.
He's a statistical outlier and should not be counted.
I was gonna say, some people are born into certain lines of work, family trade and whatnot. Knew there would be an item over here. Also, let me check the map. Which way it wants me to go. Which is to say, not this way. Cosmetics. Let's just go to
Cosmetics. Wow.
just duty free in general.
Ooh, hold on.
Henrik's hats.
Henrik's hats.
Never seen it spelled that way, Henrik. Hats I've seen
That
spelled that
seems-
way many times.
Yeah, that
I've
seems
seen it
very-
a couple.
Yeah.
Bit of an
Seems
old
a bit-
hand at seeing hats spelled that way.
Oh, is this the TMP?
Yes, it is. You know,
I
it's
saw
pretty good.
Hipfire in it.
Well, they would have to have made a bespoke animation for that. Why do that when you can just make the handgun animation
yeah.
work? You know, we also have a rifle.
Ooh.
Ooh, what's aiming like?
We'll see in a second, won't we?
Wow.
Oh, he did not point that straight.
Worthless.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe when it's upgraded, it'll do the damage it should fucking be doing. But until that time...
That's one of the things I thought. It's like one of my things I want for the next Resident Evil game is for them to have 2 bolt-action rifles and no semi-auto rifle. Just for a change. Also because everyone always goes with the semi-auto rifle. Every time. Like, the bolt-action rifle is cooler, but fucking, like, no one uses
You can't put the thermal scope on the bolt-action rifle in RE4.
Mm.
And so by the time you're dealing
Of course
with
you can,
the-
because it's got a bolt. How could there be a thermal scope if it uses a bolt? Ooh, what we got here? Ciore Brothers?
No, I got this. CELOPHONE. Cellophane.
Yeah, cellophane soda.
Smooth. Fucking buttery smooth. Oh, thank God. I thought I was screwed. You came just in time. Those shutters weren't going to hold forever. Down to business. Tell me about the planes.
Yeah.
We received a distress call that said a plane had been overrun, and the autopilot had been engaged. The plane could take off at any moment, loaded with the infected. Wait, hold on.
What?
What?
Damn, how can we stop this from happening? The only way would be to get on board the plane and somehow disengage the autopilot sequence. All right, so how do I get there? I see you're all business. All right, I'll show you the way. Follow me. Hold on, you need to stay here. The airport isn't safe. I know you're special forces, but you seem fucking pathetic. I can't have you slowing me down. Just tell me how I get to the plane. Last I saw, the area was completely collapsed. But you could try and get onto the plane via the baggage chute. Take the conveyor belt right into the heart of that plane.
Fucking love loading his gun in front of people.
I mean, it's a baller move. You can open shutters for all the shops by pressing the button near each shutter. But be careful, zombies will be flooding here. I don't have any more ammo. Please stop zombies coming anywhere near me.
Oh,
So
that's
he
a
should
fucking
come with
lie.
you, then.
He has
Yeah,
no
what's this
ammo.
ammo here then?
Hey, what's this? You fucking
Yeah.
stooge.
He doesn't have any guns either.
Frank
I didn't
Gothic
want to admit
said.
that. It's more embarrassing.
Frank Gothic in chat says, Leon about to execute this guy for his incompetence. I'm tempted. If I could, I would.
You were
this
in
was
the hat store
shop.
all along?
Okay, yeah. What a twist, because the contents of the store.
We're so clear.
I mean, he's got a hat, so.
This is as many enemies as the game can toss at you. I mean, I guess we'll see the Mercenary Mode later, too. And spoiler, this is one of the 2 maps that you can play Mercenary on.
Oh. I like how dizzy he looked after that headshot. I'm trying to remember what game is. Is it Quake 2 where the jump has got that kind of like "row" sound to it?
It's definitely got a sound to it, I can tell you that much for free.
I don't. Well, that just reminded me for some reason because I was telling my boyfriend a story about like a time someone said something stupid in high school. I'm like, I remember his last name. Oh,
I owe you my life, man.
Leon.
There's a plane full of infected passengers, and if I can't stop it, it's gonna take off. Yeah, we need to comment on this autopilot plane situation. What a dystopian fucking hell where we've just completely, like, let's have AI fly the plane. Why not,
when
right?
this movie came out, like fucking no way they could take a plane.
You know, in the world of Resident Evil, where Umbrella can get up to all this funky shit, sure, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
no. I mean, absolutely not. I mean, it's all
But
bullshit.
also then, blow up the plane with a jet or anything.
I'm moving
fucking
through the baggage
anything.
claim. From there, I'm going to board the plane and try to disengage the autopilot.
The worst plan.
Hurry, Leon. We can't let that plane take off.
It won't come to that. I'll disengage the autopilot sequence. The plane will never leave the ground.
Call me when you're on board, and I'll give you the lowdown on the autopilot sequence.
Right. Yeah. I was like, I just remember the guy's last name was Bope, and I'm like, how do I know? Oh, that's because that's also the noise the guy in Quake 1 makes when you're drowning. That's why.
Bope.
That's why it was memorable. Bope.
I'm rich. I can take these.
The thing
this
is,
money and
though,
retire.
when you that lab I mentioned that's in this movie, that feels very where Resident Evil 6 got inspired for that big cynical like underground area you get to late in the game. Does some real nonsense shit like the technology that thing does, where it explodes and sets itself on fire and then pushes like sections into the ocean and
Fuck, I wanted free perfume.
nonsense.
I thought I was going to bust open that box and there'd be perfume in it.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot
but
of whiskey.
you got everything you need here to make a whiskey tobacco perfume cocktail.
I like this labeling though.
Japanese boxes? Sure,
They
why
sell a
not?
lot of
Maybe it's
whiskey
Suntory.
and tobacco.
It's not the Vice
God.
store.
I think of like cigarettes in the shop, and I just remember the time I was working in like a newsagent 7-Eleven thing, and they put me on the counter one time, and a customer came in asking for a specific cigarette type, and it's like, well, I don't know, and they made fun of me, and it's like, oh yeah, stupid me, doesn't smoke, like an idiot.
What?
And they did the thing where what the cigarette they meant was, you know how in the UK, for example, we call vacuum cleaners Hoovers, even though that's a specific brand.
Right.
They did that shit on me. What's going on, Leon?
I'm on my way to the VIP area. How do I get to the baggage claim area?
Go back to the VIP lounge first. I've added a marker to your map. Yeah, I think they called them like Mayfairs or something, and I picked up the ones that said that, and the guy was like, nope, that's the one I mean. Oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
What?
Jojo has a great question. Does this also happen in the movie? Most of this game does not happen in the movie.
Yeah, they really fleshed the sequence out with a bunch of unnecessary, stupid bullshit. Like the autopilot plot, not in the movie.
I think it is actually, no, definitely less time than you spend on the train in Resident Evil 0.
Yeah. And I assume we have not seen Greg and Ashley still, who are just mentioned as text.
Ooh,
They also didn't show the kid.
Bruce?
They didn't show Rainey or whatever.
Yeah, we've just seen her refer to.
Yeah, because they didn't want to make a kid model. They didn't want to draw her. They didn't want to model her.
Ronnie and her mom are the only Indian people, I think, in all of Resident Evil.
You want to take this
be,
message
yeah.
from Bruce?
Yeah. The shutters to the VIP area are closed as requested. Hopefully, this will curb random people walking around up there. To release it, use the switch at the southeast of the cosmetic shop. From Repairs Bruce.
He died as he lived, repairing.
I'm sorry, what is this duty-free area where they're like, oh, well, we don't want random people going in there and buying stuff?
Stinking up the place with their money in commerce.
Yeah. Also, based on the first document of its type we found, I think that should have been labeled Repairman's Will.
Is my last
Jesus
will and
Christ,
testament that these goddamn customers don't make their way into the duty-free.
Oh, of course. See how big the UK flying to UK sign is there?
Yeah, huge. And we still can't read this text. It's still
It's
illegible.
much bigger in the place where they sell alcohol for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. Oh.
Where even were those dogs?
Yeah, wait, what?
They're
Hold
upstairs.
on.
They are upstairs. We'll see
Oh.
them in a second.
Ah,
Okay,
Oh,
here we
riot
go.
gun.
Riot
Yeah,
gun.
there we go.
Thank you.
there we go.
They'll never find my airport treasure.
Wait, no. Don't steal the TMP. It's a little clumsy the way I have these the soft keys bound, the red button, green button, as it would be on like an old phone. Is how I know to refer to them as.
That's a good beat.
Yeah.
All right, we already upgraded the TMP.
Feels like a Casio keyboard could be playing this right now.
All right, that's everything upgraded that we have to the max. So that's pretty good.
How do you like my Casio rap man, Leon?
I said a hip hip hop, a hippie to the hop.
That guy was going to be in Resident Evil 5 at a certain point. He was going to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, obviously, like, I get your complaint, Kaz, but also it's like Resident Evil 5 is just like, there's not even a fucking, it's just a menu screen.
Yeah.
Let white boy Chris Redfield sell the heart of Africa. For God.
Yeah.
I never said Resident Evil 5 was good either.
No, I get this.
So those were the dogs. You can see what happened here. This was where we first came. We're right next to the VIP lounge. There was a big shutter here that kept us from going downstairs at first. I mean, realistically, Leon could have jumped over this railing. He could have just landed on the ground below. Wouldn't have mattered.
It's kind of fucked up though. Those dogs were actually allowed to shop in here. What? What's the matter, Leon?
I need to get to the baggage area. The quickest way through is the underground network. Take the tunnel pass. Thanks. And were they ever really there? And they're just flying through it at this point. All right, let's check here. Yep, that away.
Hey, Leon, check this out. Punching technique.
So, we're making
Now
pretty
can
good
I
progress
follow you?
here. I think we're most of the way through this game already.
Oh.
I think a few of these later chapters are more substantive, I will say. And there's one that isn't. There is one chapter in this game that is just fucking hilarious. It's got to be the shortest quote-unquote chapter in a video game ever, and I'm very much looking forward to that. The most pointless chapter divide of all time.
Wow, not even the dignity of I'm actually answering the call animated.
Hey, Leon. I worked out a route to the baggage handling area.
Great, let's hear it.
The south exit in the underground network you're in will take you there. I have sent the location to your map.
Up close and personal.
The problem
right
is,
now.
I'd like to do more of a Hunnigan voice, but she has that kind of annoying, like, wow. So it would just be that the whole time. Hey,
Just
Leon.
imagine you're dealing with that the customer at the newsstand.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a room I missed previously.
Hey,
I
John,
better do that.
no baghead.
I go to
Always
cigarettes.
something with British.
Whenever I order cigarettes, it's this yellow spirits. That's my smoke of choice, and most of the time they know what I mean.
But just finding out that people will say a brand type, and that does not mean the brand. That just means like a filter type to them. I'm like, oh yeah, some random kid's gonna know that, sure.
I will say that when I do buy cigarettes and the clerk doesn't know what cigarette I'm referring to, they're like, what? And I have to like specify American spirits in the yellow box, not the gold box, the yellow box. I know they look very similar. I know there's also an orange box. I know they picked 3 different shades of yellow for 3 complete different types of cigarette in their fucking line. But no, what I mean specifically is this one here. I can hop the counter. I'll show you.
You should just carry like a Polaroid of it. Have you seen this cigarette? What is this room? What is this?
It's a room I missed previously, but now I've seen
Yeah.
it.
What do you?
Just to chill out.
All right, cool. Keep going this way.
I did, yeah. I mean, honestly, like I thought it was kind of ridiculous when I worked in arts and crafts retail for like a year, and some lady's like, "Well, you should know all this stuff," and I just want to be like, "Lady, you should look at my paycheck and tell me whether I need to know shit working this job."
I'm actually.
I
out
have
of
to have
handgun
used every
ammo.
arts and crafts supply. Oh wow. But I mean that's easily been by you haven't smoked every cigarette.
Better.
It's just they can't even just have the head's polygons explode outwards. Just no blood or
Nope,
anything?
not at all. This has got to be like T for T, borderline E free.
I misunderstood what you meant by
yeah.
T for T for a second.
Because, yeah, I'm trying to think of what... I know in the Japanese rating boards, you can do some amount of dismemberment as long as you make it very clear they're not human.
Yeah,
But I guess
when I
with
played
ESRB, that must be different.
when I got a Neo 1, the complete edition, like the only physical copy was sold in Southeast Asia in English, so I imported it, and in that one, like you can't cut the limb, you can't even cut any limbs off of humans, which is wild because like that most people play out the game and they're shocked when they shoot a guy in the head with a bow, and instead of them just like doing a little flinch animation like in Dark Souls, their head flies off.
Fuck, these aren't
Yeah,
on. I was hoping these would be like, you know, you could walk on this and it would like accelerate you to the other side.
Yeah, it'd be fun. And yeah, speaking of Resident Evil, look up the weird Japanese... Because I think they sell 2 versions, right? Like, there is a way to get them uncensored in Japan, but...
The
yeah,
Sarah's
like
version, yeah.
Yeah. But the uncensored versions where Ethan... he doesn't lose any limbs, he's fine.
Oh.
Hey, more bird!
No!
No, the crystal lizard.
That's brutal.
Ooh.
At least we have a conveyor notice to wipe away our tears
Conveyor
with.
notice, yeah.
The fuse blew again. The wire has to be taken off. 3rd time I've had to get a new fuse and wire this month. Whoever's on the next shift will find both items in the maintenance area.
No name attached.
That's how it goes. The old Harvardville Airport.
You know, I feel like the you know, Resident Evil games before this did a decent job. Oh. They're right. But, you know, of course. What's going on, Leon?
I shocked myself. It hurt. I got electrocuted by the fuse box. It really hurts. I can smell my hair burning. Looks like I've taken it upon myself to repair baggage carousels.
Seems like a suitable job for you, Leon.
Yeah, I love it. Unironically, when I retire from Special Forces, I think about taking up as repairman.
It'll be the quickest way for you to board that plane, so get to it.
I'm on it. I need to find a high voltage fuse and a wire to get this thing moving.
Seems that the plane maintenance area is next. I have sent you the location of the maintenance door on your map.
You know, yeah, my my vote for the actual worst thing about Resident Evil Requiem is it doesn't have a lot of highly specialized machines that do one thing, and it's very complicated. That's Resident Evil to me. It's like, hey, can I pull this disc from this thing? It's like, all right, so there's 15 symbol. Insert the medallion.
Are you familiar with the Chinese zodiac?
And yeah, I was going to say about the memos. I feel like the older games justified the memos around more. I just can't imagine people working in an airport writing these memos.
You know, that's actually a thing I remember when I played original Resident Evil 4. I remember I was like really disappointed by how pointless all the files were.
Yeah.
Like they all seemed like they were
yeah.
written like 15 minutes before you got there.
Yeah.
Except the one that details their plan, which it makes no sense then.
I will come back for that. Okay, so here's some more thoughts on this game. Since we, you know, are playing a game here technically. You know, it's perfunctory. It's aping all the elements, but it's not really fleshing a single one of them out in terms of, like, you know, it has files, but it's just so they could say they had files in it, so they could say, like, you know, this is like, it's very surface level. And, you know, I don't necessarily expect IdeaWorks 3D to perfectly replicate, to understand, to be inside the heads of Capcom, and to make, like, a, you know, to go all out on this thing. They probably had a limited time and limited budget to make this thing. They probably, you know, Capcom gets the idea to have a mobile game tie-in, to not make like a PSP tie-in or DS tie-in or anything like that, to certainly not make a console tie-in, but to have something that ties in, some sort of SKU on digital storefronts. I probably like generously like 6 months, let's say, before release of movie. And this comes out like a week after the movie's North American theatrical run. Or somewhere around there, within a week of that, one way or the other. You know, they probably did this for not very much money either. What is with this guy? Fucking finally. So when you consider that, like, you know, it's cute. And cute counts. I mean, it's
Wow, we got both items and he didn't call hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, Leo?
It's a shame they couldn't flesh out the whole movie, but I get for like the budget and the time, it makes sense to stick to one location, which the movie doesn't do.
Yeah. Also, I mean, also I think it's easy to forget, especially in an era where now, like, especially with the Switch too, it's just like, yeah, you just get these full console games like wherever. Like, the factor is feel like this is crazy, right? It's like kind of like Resident Evil 4 on my phone is like that actually was a full sustaining thing to buy a game over.
It's more Resident Evil 4 on your phone than Resident Evil 4 on phones. You know, the mission-based one, which I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that, you know. People are familiar with the Zeebo version, but the Zeebo version is a version of a pre-existing, like, Brew mobile version of Resident Evil 4 that is divided into missions, eventually comes to Android and iOS. Now we just have, like, straight-up Resident Evil 4 on phones. You can just get, like, you know, the full-ass game on your phone at this point. But there was a time where the facsimile version of it was doing some novel stuff, some interesting stuff. But this is more like a Resident Evil 4. This is more like an actual Resident Evil game than that is, all things told.
I wonder how this, like, not to be like, you know, one of those CRT guys, are like, I wonder how this looked on the phone screen, actually. Was it, like, pin sharp? Because phone screens were fucking tiny.
I thought I had both
How much
parts.
battery did this use? No, but you got the circuits elsewhere, I thought.
Oh, right, yeah. When you're right, you're right.
And it's like by the thing. The stuff, the place, the object.
Place with the things and the stuff,
Area.
yeah. Say less.
'Cause, yeah, speaking of that kind of like bullshit Resident Evil esoteric logic puzzle thing, like at least if they'd gone to the weird lab place, I feel like that place was so eccentric in design you could have bullshitted like, oh yeah, the guy who turned out to be the villain. Oh, hello.
Yeah, I guess
Look at that. Finally,
the problem is
zombies
that
climbing
lab
ladders.
was full of greenery, wasn't it?
In the center it was, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that ain't happening. It's cute.
You actually don't get to see much of it before everything goes to shit there.
Oh. Does it say something else besides all flights canceled on that marquee?
No, I was just scrolling that
Check
and
that.
had a gap between it.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw like the end of it and I thought,
Woo!
what?
Yeah,
Rude.
they like this trick.
Is that the only trick they got in terms of, you know, approximating
Yeah.
a jump scare, so... Okay, so the conveyor belt should be moving at this point.
Mhm.
I think there's a couple different spots you can go
Yeah.
inside of.
I think one of them will lead to like a little mini game, a little like jungle slider or something from game.
I think if you grind it, it takes you to the jump over the helicopter.
Oh, I see. He's a projectile zombie. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's quite a projectile he's got too. I don't think most zombies in the series vomit that far. I think most of them just do it up close as like a little way to trip you up.
Yeah, most of them is do
Yeah.
it like, you know, on staircases. Then it lands like a step
Yeah.
in front of them.
It's so dizzying for them when you're zombified, the idea of stairs.
Ooh, like a door transition, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's missing from this. I guess Resident Evil 4 didn't really have that, so...
Yeah,
if
yeah.
that's the template. If that's...
Oh man,
Well,
Sorry, that just reminded me of like contemporary reviews of Resident Evil 4. It's like no more boring door loading screens. Like what? It just says loading. That's a downgrade. Why would you say
Yeah.
that?
I know there's been more questions about Resident Evil Requiem, but I don't want to spend too much time. Oh, okay, never mind. You twist my leg. Does RE Requiem do that thing from other FPS games where a lot of gory stuff happens to your hands, but you're fine after? No. Not
that's
really.
Ethan Winters thing.
Yeah, that's an Ethan Winters thing.
yeah.
This one, Leon just, there's a minute where, like, his being sick, which is central to the plot, like, actually matters, but towards the end, it's... what a goddamn
skull
fucking
mask?
disappointment. It's supposed to be a
I'll-
gas
I'll
mask
play
to
it
hide his
one
identity,
day.
I
but-
think it is, but it kind of because
Yeah.
it's so flat.
I'll play it one day, and I wouldn't be the tiebreaker, I guess. I guess I would just either even the score or not.
Well, I mean, Chucky and Carbon played it and didn't like it either, so unfortunate. Like the BG.
Oh, yeah.
Photos.
Oh, I almost missed
Yeah.
a treasure.
I'll have to get my Irish streamer friend, get her in, because I know she likes it.
It is no joke one of the worst video games I've ever played in my life, just in terms of structure, in terms of like pissing all over the narrative. Not to say that Resident Evil story has made any sense, has ever been good, but this is just like the final nail in the coffin. It's really the final nail in the coffin for me enjoying survival horror. I think like I'm done. I think I'm done with Resident Evil. I'm not buying whatever the next one is. Like this is what it took. I finally reached a breaking point. I didn't love 8. 7 was okay for a minute, but didn't hold up on replay. But this is just it's the most just upset and this sad and just least I've enjoyed going through a Resident Evil game, for my first and only fucking time.
How do you feel about RE2 remake?
Loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was legitimately really good. I thought it was a very clever take on Resident Evil 2. RE3 remake was fun to play, but short. RE4 make fucking bored me to piss. I got nothing out of the RE4 make. I thought that was lame as shit and unnecessary as fucking junk.
No, I'll find out, because I've only played bits and pieces. The plane's autopilot will disengage once the cabin is depressurized. Like, what? You need to find the emergency pressure control panel.
Just shoot a window.
A code is required to operate the control panel.
Right. Otherwise, any idiot could do it mid-flight. Any idea what this code is?
Sorry, no. You might find some clues inside the plane. Oh, and Leon, there's one more thing.
I love you.
You're on a tight time limit here. The plane could take off at any moment. That's not one more thing we knew already.
Oh, but now we have a timer on
screen.
screen.
That's what she meant, yeah.
So get a little bit further away, like an inch away from your microphone, because you're suddenly very hot.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
So Degeneration says they should have tried to do unique zombies at the airport.
They had a couple like
There's a little bit of that.
Yeah. There was like some flight attendants.
You know, I'm actually quite behind on all the remake stuff. I did really love the Resident Evil 2 2019 one, but the other two I've only played little bits of. So
I really like. Honestly, I think Resident Evil 3 remake, as far as like the action combat for the Resident Evil series, I like that one. Like RE6 lets you do more stuff, but like I think just like the overall production.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that was a code.
5873. The control panel code has been changed.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I was picking up a note there, so it completely threw me off. I apologize. I will say that the limited number of keys here, I haven't complained about this yet, but okay. So I have a button that goes into aim mode and shoots. I have... You can see that what they want you to do, what the default is pressing the right soft key to go out of exit aim mode. So I'm pressing start on my controller to exit out of that, right? Now, luckily, there are alternate keys you can bind here. Like I have a dedicated reload weapon key. Then there's use knife and or zoom. So to go into zoom mode, or to go into knife mode, I press this button. There's a different button that also brings up the knife, And it's also your exit aim mode. So, like, I have these bound, like, the face keys, but, like, what it means is, effectively, it just translates to, I'm always accidentally bringing up the knife when I don't mean to, especially if I double tap a key, because half these keys just bring up the knife. So, I don't know, I mean, like, they're doing what they can. You know, you gotta bear in mind what the control scheme would look like. It's good that they even let you bind the buttons at all. But, you know, you also have a whole keypad here. They didn't need to have everything be double bound in the way that it is on that menu.
I'm shocked. Oh. They've changed control panel code again. Pin code is the ID card number backwards. And I love my wife.
All right. Uh-oh. Hey, guess what? There's an honest-to-God puzzle in this game. Pilot's card, 6991. Cheeky. You know what I have to do here? I have to change my control scheme. I have to, just for this, I have to go into the emulator settings. Go to controls. Switch to default, and then do... Oh, fuck.
No.
Whoops.
Of course, yeah.
We're all gonna die, Leon!
It's inverted. It's just fucking inverted. It's... Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's not inverted. Okay. There we go. Got it. Okay.
There we go.
I'll never forget it.
Hunnigan, I've reduced the pressure in the plane successfully. I've stopped the plane from departing.
Well done. It would be dangerous when the pressure gets lower. There should be a hatch leading to the cargo hold, so try escaping from there.
Hatch? Okay, understood.
Wait, wasn't this plane supposed to be full of infected?
Yeah, did you see the infected that we took care of?
Well, apparently that's not good enough. Oh! It's the fucking Code Veronica guy.
Yeah, hey.
Who you also find a plane in Code Veronica.
Yeah. Oh, this time it's not in an open cargo hold.
And this time we have less ammo. Not less
Hopefully
ammo.
he gets sucked into a turbine and then explodes, mirroring his death in Code Veronica. Well, he gets sucked into a turbine, but the crate that you shove him out of the plane with inexplicably also explodes.
Because it's cool.
Funny. Yeah, that's great.
Oh,
The reason you don't have the crate here is because it's not a rat helping you.
Like his little face.
No, don't
he's
climb up. There's
trying some
items. I
shit.
still want to get those items, Leon. No! God damn it.
What?
I was too close to the ladder, so he automatically climbed up it.
Oh, it's so tense. Backed up a little bit. Leon, there are more planes on autopilot.
Fuck this shit. Whatever. Let the country fucking blow up. I'm not doing that shit again. How many more are we talking about?
Too many to
Only
get
there
to
was-
before they take off.
More able-bodied people who could use weapons here, but too bad.
The only way to disable all the autopilot systems is to knock out a control tower.
How do I do this?
The most efficient way is to shut down power to the control tower.
That parses.
I've sent you a route to the power control panel. Follow the mark on the map and get to the control panel fast.
Jesus Christ.
It's a hell of a game.
Also, I was playing Resident Evil 0 recently. And I had to save right after the train, and then Requiem came out, and so I played that, beat it a couple times, and then I went back to Resident Evil 0, and then I was like, nope, okay, put this down here. No, but fuck. I need the other fucking... God,
Yeah.
fuck! That's my chance of playing 0.
That is the definitive experience. That is the 0 experience.
Yeah.
I'm still mad I didn't get that money after the Nemesis, or not the Nemesis, it's the Tyrant in general. Not that it matters, not that it matters at all, because this is the last thing we buy. It's the Magnum. We have the Magnum
now. I
now.
don't get mentioned Magnum like 5 chapters ago or whatever.
Yeah, no,
beat.
When I did Resident Evil 0, I played it through with a mod that turns the typewriters into iron boxes. And yeah, that was so much less painful.
Yeah, I saw that, but I wanted to have a little time between my attempted playthrough before I tried that.
There, and I got an achievement.
Ooh.
Yay.
There, I upgraded the useless handgun too, and I upgraded the Magnum, and we still have $5,300 left. And there's nothing else to buy. That's it. We've done all the upgrades. We've gotten all the weapons. So, you know, they're a little generous, to say the least, with resources in this. Bear in mind, we're also playing on Professional, on the hardest difficulty level.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They could have afforded to make Professional a little bit harder, I think. I think they could have like made you a little bit more deprived of resources in this. If you're gonna have a difficulty select,
I forgot this was Professional.
Yep.
Yeah. And they give you an easy option. So it's not like they had to scale down Professional. And I can't imagine it's the Resident Evil 4 version of Professional where it like, because normal has the dynamic difficulty and Professional like disables it. I'm sure that's not how this game works.
Level die, yeah.
Yeah, something tells me they didn't do the dynamic difficulty thing in this game. Nah, I think it's pretty straightforward.
You know, okay. It's going to be a weird tangent, but it's related to this. I know some people who found out that Resident Evil 2 Remake has a dynamic difficulty system and didn't like it. And someone framed it as being punished for playing the game well. And I'm curious what your take on that in particular, Cass.
No, it's
that game.
It's like good actually to have a dynamic scaling difficulty because it doesn't like baby you. It treats you as okay. So you're clearing through this stuff. You're nailing this. Let's up the ante for you. Let's try to make this so that you're like facing some sort of challenge. Because if this is too easy for you, then then we're doing something wrong here. We haven't balanced it well. Right. So it's like adjusting for difficulty on the fly. I think is a smart idea. It has to be done well.
Yeah.
Also,
and honestly, I figure Resident Evil 2, if you don't know it's there, you probably wouldn't even, if you weren't told ahead of time.
This guy's still here. We rescued everyone, or we have like the VIP lounge. I could be able to tell him and be like, "Hey, dude, there's a spot where everyone is.
He's too scared.
You want to go there?"
Yeah, I'm scared of other people. Also, I should have never signed up for this job.
Yeah, I get that.
Jadero says the last boss is going to be a plane on autopilot. On easy difficulty, you are also on autopilot. Yeah. I also forgot to mention a thing that especially sucks about Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which is that at the end, Leon could reveal that the government's been involved in a bunch of messed up stuff. But then he remembers. Terror is the essence of fear. Or fear is the essence of terror, whichever it was. And then he's like, actually, Claire, I'm not going to release these documents because it will cause too much fear. And Claire tells him to fuck off, which is like good, but like... It's kind of like, oh yeah, why isn't Claire in touch with Leon and the start of Code Veronica?
They're on different paths in life. Also, another reason why I don't love Requiem, it's the least egregious thing. I think most of my problems are gameplay with it. But, also, I don't give a fuck about Leon Scott Kennedy. I'm fucking over this dude. I don't want to see him ever again. I don't need another game ever starring this fucking guy.
Yeah, no, on that I agree, yeah. Like, I like him well enough, but like he's not that much more interesting than other characters, especially with how much they completely change characters pretty often. Like the remake, like outside of remake of 1, like the continuity with characters has been much more consistent, I think. But except Chris Redfield changing shape.
Yep.
3.
Oh yeah.
But Well, no, I guess yeah, unless they remake 6, but like that he was large and then he became small and then he became even larger. But yeah, I will say, like, credit to Nick Apostolides going from like really sounding like he's a non-union voice actor in RE2 remake for most of it, to being pretty good at 4 remake, and then like jumping ahead in time and actually sounding older like that. I thought that was pretty impressive, but
Sure.
you know,
But also,
he does sound more like Matt Mercer as a result.
but also at this point, it's just I'm so sick of this dude and how the entire universe centers around him in Resident Evil. And it's just like, for this guy, for Rookie Cop turned Special Agent, why not Claire? Just have more games starring Claire.
Yeah, well, that's what they're gonna do. Go wrong, probably. And honestly, that like, okay, for me with remakes, I'll be like, oh, there should never be remakes. I'm like, I don't care either way. Like, it's just whatever the end game like result is. Like, if it's really similar, then that's like annoying to me, honestly. But like, otherwise, I don't really care. So like the Nier 1 remake, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna play that because they're like, oh, is the combat good? No, it's fine. It's like, well, the combat was fine originally. It just didn't look that cool. Making it look cooler doesn't change anything. I don't care. Like, I don't like RE4 remake. People are like, oh, well, it does these things like different from RE4. Like, good, because I already played RE4 and I can play RE4 whenever I want. It's on everything.
Oh, down it goes.
It's
Also,
such a strange franchise. It's such a stupid franchise. I'm glad I'm over it. I'm glad I'm done with it. I'm glad that I'm just fucking bowing out at this point. That I don't have to care about this anymore. You know, it's not like, you know, it's not like the original Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 are some of my favorite fucking video games of all time. It's not like, you know, I was deeply passionate. Not like I was in the fucking paint for this franchise since the fucking mid-90s or whatever. And now it's over. And now it's done, and that's okay. You know, you can move on. Things can end. Resident Evil will never end, but my time with it has.
Yeah, you're never gonna find out what happened to that kid from Revelations 2 now, though.
Oh man, you're not gonna find out what happened to X character from a Resident Evil game. That's crazy. Yeah, what happened with Raymond and Rachel and Parker and Jackass and Grinder from Revelations 1? Anyone else survive? Fucking Morgan, what's his name? Morgan Wallen.
You joke, but you know, the Wolf Team, the Wolf Pack. I gotta know what those guys get up to. You know, I tasted playing against them in which of the shitty multiplayer games were they in? Reverse, and now I gotta know more, man.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's the other side of it too. Is just like they gotta stop trying that.
Well, okay.
No, I think they should keep trying.
If they did,
I think we need another Umbrella Corps. I think now's the time for Resident Evil esports.
If they do Outbreak, the thing people have been saying for over a decade, that'd be great. They keep not doing that I don't know why. I don't understand. I think maybe the people, it's like how Kawazu like Square gets to keep making Saga games. Like I think maybe they have compromise on someone high up at the company so they can just do whatever they want. Doesn't matter how well it sells.
You know, I think the 5 brain idea, the greatest to bring back. I don't remember the character's name.
What?
It was Mr. Grey.
The fuck? Is the range that bad? Is the range legitimately that awful?
It's I know. So shotgun seems to do. It doesn't do spread. It just the bullet has damage drop off over distance. It's very strange. Who's the guy from the SD Perrin novels? That's like the mysterious guy in the trench coat that is like guiding the characters. Bring that guy back. Great work, Leon. The planes are all grounded till further notice. Get back to the survivors in VIP ASAP.
Extraction?
I'm trying to organize something at the moment. I'll keep you posted.
I'll look
Why
forward
is it
to
playing
it.
an alert for the planes aren't going to take off?
Leon, out.
Well, I guess if the alert is the control tower's power's gone off.
I guess.
I think this is the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, get ready for the long haul.
Oh, it's that boss music again.
Oh. Oh, no ass? Wow. They stole his ass.
I'm just gonna dodge these.
Huh.
I promise you, the animation is not that impressive for getting hit by
Trying to
this
remember
guy.
if this is an original one or not.
This is original. His hands were not the...
Yeah.
Did you get upset?
Because I know Outbreak is a tyrant. I never remember the name, like what it looks like.
Hey, what was the time on that? 36 seconds.
Yeah, that's
A 36-second chapter.
Nice.
Why? Why? Why did that necessitate an entire chapter break?
What's the leaderboard on speedrun.com look like for this?
I just nailed it.
yeah.
I tied with everyone else who's ever played this game through the completion.
I wonder if it was gonna be a longer chapter and then just
No, because guess what? This is the end of the game. This is the final boss fight, and the game is over. So why this didn't connect? Why the QTE there didn't connect to this? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, we have the Magnum. Might as well use it.
Ooh.
Let's grab this. Not that it matters. So this boss is the closest to an actual like boss, I would say, because check out what he does. He actually follows us pretty closely. Sometimes comes around corners. When I go to aim, he blocks. So what you got to do is bait him into attacking, and then occasionally you can get a hit in.
I think for the next Resident Evil, they should reflect visually all the upgrades you make to the gun's capacity.
So you have like these gigantic
Yes.
extendo sticking out.
Yeah, like the default handgun in RE5, where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm just going to max this out so I can get the burst handgun. And then you max out the default handgun and it can hold 100 bullets.
Yeah. It's like Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, how ridiculous you could make guns look in there. It's just like, yeah, you could take a sniper rifle barrel and put on this tranquilizer pistol. That's fine.
So we never leave the airport? That's right, Jared. We never leave the airport. I mean, the shutter. We can lure the tyrant into a non-stop duty-free shopping spree.
The deals are so good, he'll never want to leave. Then we evacuate everyone. Hey, so you were mentioning Code Veronica earlier.
It is!
Oh yeah. Finally, ideas.
Idea
Capcom
works.
got
Chekhov's
the remake.
turbine.
Capcom's not going to remake Code Veronica. This will have to do.
What's the remake of this?
I mean, look, I'm so done with remakes. But if Capcom actually did commit to actually doing Code Veronica, even though they've skipped it already, that'd be the last one.
Well,
I'd be
they
fine
could
with.
they could do it still. Like, if Code Veronica happened after Resident Evil 4, like very little would change.
Nice.
So those weird rumors of like them remaking Resident Evil 5. It's like, what's even the fucking point? You can buy that game still.
Less racist. I mean, that's probably that's a big
I
one.
know.
Less
That'd just be a different game though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, the rest of this is dialogue, so everyone lock in. We're on the final
Right.
stretch here.
Okay.
We have to go. It's not safe to stay here anymore.
Is this it? Reinforcements?
No time to waste. We're getting out alone.
Is it too much to hope that you'd at least have some
Sort of
God, they're so
plan.
quick.
We're going to run across the lobby.
You won't say the lobby is crawling with those creatures.
But it's also the widest area. It's too dangerous to take the long way around with this many people.
He's right. They aren't fast. We can get by them.
Oh yes, since when did the NGO member become such an authority on the subject?
She's one of the few survivors of Raccoon City. She has more experience with this kind of hellish nightmare than anyone else here.
That's why she can't come.
Dot,
with me.
dot, dot. This is movie dialogue, by the way. That is like word for word from the movie.
Run.
Run.
Are you okay?
Are we going to make it out?
I mean, specifically, he looks the most like a GoldenEye character.
Yeah. That side view was great.
We have a clear view and a straight path to the exit.
Oh, fancy camera work too.
And Claire doesn't get her cool girl moment of getting tossed the handgun by Leon, saving the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Run like hell.
Play that on the show?
I love their stance,
Casual
their
walk.
bow-legged stance there.
Yeah.
This is how Special Forces operates. No wonder they all got fucking decimated earlier.
We're not gonna make it, are we?
It's getting tough. We gotta go. The light. Run towards the light.
Where? The ceiling?
Quick, into the fluorescent tubes.
Of course, we couldn't leave without a fucking idiot Hunnigan call.
Oh.
Hungered in again.
Hello, Hunnigan. I'm reporting in.
I already heard. The Marines landed in the nick of time and saved the day. I can't tell you how relieved I am.
I'm amazed and impressed that you got authorization for that. You must have pulled a few strings.
Yes, well, I have my resources. After I received confirmation from USA MRID that the virus used in this attack was indeed the T-virus, I submitted a plan to the President. He pushed it through as a special emergency act.
We're nuking the airport.
Every Marine involved in the assault was vaccinated.
Nice work. So what's next?
This is going to be a long day, Leon.
You're telling me. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Story of my life. Ooh. Some
Ah, human music.
congas going.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
This is
Henrik's hats. There he is.
That's the game.
Oh.
So, you know, that was like an hour and a half my first time through. I think we made it take a little bit longer this time, so it's probably going to be like 2 hours. We'll get the final time at the end. But, slight. And very little reason to replay it is the problem. They do give you the ability when you restart the game, or if you do decide to replay it, you can start with all the upgrades already, which is pointless when
Oh shit, Scott Dolph.
like maybe if this was a longer game, maybe if you had to be more selective with which weapons you keep on you or what have you, maybe there was any difficulty to this game whatsoever, this would mean more to me. But as it stands, it's just, again, them aping. It's monkey see, monkey do. They know it's some Resident Evil games prior did this, specifically 4 did this. And they're like, well, we gotta have that. If we're superficially remaking 4 or doing a 4.5 here, we have to have all the, you know, same features, functionality as that previous game. But, you know, again, it's in service of nothing in this. An hour, 23 minutes. Health used, 3. Times killed, 5. And those were all deliberate. I did it deliberately every time.
Yeah.
Beat my high score.
Hey, Hunnigan, double glasses. Ooh, you gotta get the 5 digits for Mercenary.
Yep, we will do Mercenary. But first, before I forget, because I deserve it. I mean, barely had to work for it on this one. This was so breezy. It was so easy. All right, we got 2 stages here.
Oh.
Baggage handling or duty-free area. And instead of choosing a character, we get to choose our weapons. You know what they could have done here? What would have been so easy? Let me select Claire. Just let me select
had the
Claire.
model.
We have the model. You can just use all the same animations. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how much ammo they give us. Luckily, they all drop ammo, so... So yeah, this is your standard mercenary mode. You can get combos.
Can get
There's
a nice bonus.
there are some timers around that if you find them, you can extend your playtime here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was curious. Yeah.
I have a hunch where one might be. But I also want to keep this combo going, so...
Ah, yes, Hunch, the famous Resident Evil character. Human unit never can hurt.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I see it.
Oh, thank God. Because the gut shot didn't kill her, and I was worried I was going to lose my combo time. Alright, can't activate that.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's cool to see that some version of this they were able to do.
Alright, I got one shot at this. I fucked it up. Yep, lost my combo time. Oof.
Oof. Triple says haven't seen Leon's Roundhouse in over hours.
Yeah, because it's pointless, because, you know, there's no... It doesn't do anything for you in this, unfortunately. It's so much quicker to just
straight
shoot
house. Like an oval house.
Oh my God, fuck this rifle. Fucking worthless. Go back to the Magnum, my beloved. How many boxes of ammo do I have? Enough. Fan the hammer. How did he not die? Come on. So, you know, this is pretty low stakes, all things told.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of enemies. Not a whole lot of space. I don't necessarily know if they're respawning at all.
Yeah. Definitely the lower enemy count is a not helping Mercenary Mode here.
Yeah, I feel like considering the limitations, they probably should have modeled this after the Resident Evil 3 Mercenaries mode.
Yeah, that would have been way better.
Then be like, oh, explore around. Like, you know, you just have like the time limit, but like that's what you're killing.
Doing the zombie shuffle.
There we go.
Alright, I can't even shoot them from here because there's an invisible wall there. Alright, put him out of his misery.
That I gotta say is like kind of ridiculous considering how boxy the environment, like how hitbox shaped all the environments are.
Yeah.
Like usually there's a reason they don't just do like the model is the collision, but usually it doesn't look like this.
So it's also so weird seeing the Magnum with like the aiming animation and speed of the pistol.
I like that the laser sight comes right out of the barrel too. That's great.
Every bullet actually has a laser pointer attached to it.
Oh, this is modeled after Alfred's sniper rifle in a Code Veronica.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Come out of the scope.
Well, we got all the time ups we can get. Seeing that this is a pretty small area, all things told.
Yeah. You know what? Question just for chat as well for our phones. Do you like that there are the time extension pickups in the Mercenaries? Because I think it's uninteresting waste of time.
Yeah, they should just reward you for the combos. Like, they can give you extra time for getting, like, melee kills or something. I don't know. There's a better way to balance it. I don't like the pickups, though.
Hey, there you go.
Wow, 5 stars.
Nice. 5 stars.
10 M's.
Upload your score to the N-Gage arena. You cannot do so later. And I think I'll skip that for now. Then what it does is it takes you to the high score screen, which is at the back out of multiple menus there to get to here. So we can check out the duty-free area. Yeah, give me the Punisher and TMP.
Wow, no 3, 2, 1 start even.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
this is pretty
again, talks
sauceless,
about-
all things told.
Yeah. I know it's pretty sunless, but I wish they had gone this far. One more song. I would have been fine with no more in the single player if they at least made a Mercenary song.
I'd say just play like even the credit song because it had at least a little more of a driving rhythm to it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll say though that specific zombie design, it's pretty good. I feel like I don't see a lot of those. I mean, because like you're usually not in airports, but you know. And then of course you turn around and see like two of the same guy functionally.
Yep, yep. I mean, not a lot of enemy variety
yeah.
in general in this.
Yeah, I mean, credit where credit's due. More zombie models than I would have thought.
Yeah, yeah.
They put in, like, IdeaWorks 3D are masters of what is the bare minimum we can get away with. With the resources we have to aim for bare minimum. What is the point in which consumers will notice how cheap this is? And I think most players are not as, like, you know, are not looking for nitpicks in the way that we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, most of them would not give a shit, would not notice. They'd just be like, oh, wow, you know, they look like flight attendants. Resident Evil hasn't done this before. And that's, like, where that train of thought ends. And that's fine. That's good. I mean, it means that IdeaWorks 3D were very, like, effective at what they did. Could turn out a product on time, on the cheap, with, you know, probably, like, you know, adhering to whatever criteria that Capcom laid out for them. It was probably Capcom's call, like, can you make us a Resident Evil 4-like game on the N-Gage? We'll give you very little money for it. And they said, yeah, bet. You know, for what it is. I mean, we'll get the final thoughts in this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Man, do you think there's someone out there who was just playing this on the bus, like, regularly?
Think about a pilot playing this game.
I never knew about the pressure release panel.
This might come up more with the final thoughts, but a big thing I have been thinking about is the target audience for this and the kind of person who would be playing this on the phone. I have a lot of questions.
Well, I don't have any answers,
the concept of,
unfortunately.
like, I want Resident Evil on the go, however I can get it. It's like it's just kind of a strange proposition because, like, well, clearly, if you're just like, I want to play this on my phone, like, what could be scary on your phone?
Oh, well, you know, I got 5 stars again. I didn't even find that many timer upgrades. I was trying to find another one to prolong it a little bit, but no such luck. That's the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to it. But bear with me a second while I fade that. Whoop. And let's give some thoughts on this. Let's give some of our takeaways, feelings on this game with everything said and done. Starting with Sid.
Yeah, so this was little animation. This is like quaint. It's, you know, it's like enough. Like that's just how, like, it's just, there are some moments that are really funny, but, like, you know, and some of the calls, like, it's the frequency of the calls more so than the contents of them that is just so funny because the game's so elementary that it's strange that they really, like, I feel like if anyone had even a prayer of getting lost for a little bit in this game, it would probably it would make the game longer than an hour and a half. So, like, you know, it's just kind of strange. Like, this is such a specific point in time for these games where we're like, oh, we can do 3D, so we gotta, but we can't do that much 3D. So, like, it's a neat artifact, I feel. It's a very neat artifact, but also it's based on, like, a not very good movie, so I don't really know they could have really done much with it in the first place.
That is fair. Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this seems neat. is my initial thought, because it is cool to see what they were able to do on the like limited hardware, this weird burgeoning space of what eventually became like the iStore and smartphone taking over this space. But and I will say, when I think of this, a lot of my mind goes back to Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop, because there's also a Resident Evil 4 base game with zombies. But I kind of get the impression that this maybe works a bit better, because I found like the Resident Evil 4 gameplay just didn't suit trying to do the mass enemies and how trivial taking down the zombies were. The zombies in this actually take quite a bit to take down.
I fucked up.
And sometimes are a bit more of a threat. Yeah. And obviously, more with the scaled down controls and other things like that. I get the impression that this probably holds up, like translating the Resident Evil 4 gameplay to zombies better than that game did. But yeah, it comes off as just like more of a curio than anything else. It's still a bit baffling to me that Capcom didn't go for a more widespread platform at the time, when you consider like how hot Resident Evil 4 was at the time, like how much it shaped gaming, like entire games birthed out of it and copying it, and then to do something for the N-Gage 2.0, which is such a limited market that most people, when you say the N-Gage 2.0, they don't know what you mean. You mean that second model, the N-Gage they did? No. Like, that's how obscure this platform really is.
And, this does serve as the foundation. Like, this AirPlay SDK that they used did mean they were able to bring it to iPhone and to BlackBerry later down the line. But your point still stands.
And definitely very handholdy. A lot of busy work. Again, sticking themselves just in the airport means that they couldn't have done much, and we're guessing, but it's probably likely they did not have much resources on this. So sticking to the airport makes economic sense, but it does mean that you are doing, like, they even joke about it. You are literally doing handyman work for an airport. It just so happens to be going through a viral outbreak with zombies. But yeah, it is cool and quaint. And like a proof of concept for what you could do on this hardware. Not sure how compelling it would be beyond that, especially after one playthrough, even with the Mercenaries mode. But yeah, pretty neat.
All right. For my part, it's hard to get mad about it, right? It does a good job at the incredibly narrow thing that it is trying to do. For the target it is trying to hit, it gets a passing grade. It's not quite a bullseye, but, it's in the periphery. It hit the board. If you're throwing a dart, it landed. You got a point for it. Ideas Work 3D, I really... Idea Works 3D. I'm just never going to get their name right. I appreciate their moxie. I appreciate what they set out to do, the niche they occupied. Certainly did a bit better than Pocket Studios, who were another developer who were trying to occupy the handheld space solely, and putting out way less impressive stuff. Check out our Star Wars Flight of the Falcon playthrough. But, at the same time, like, this craves for more. And it needed, like, a second area. It needed to do at least a little bit outside of the airport, I feel. And maybe that's a Capcom limitation. I mean, we might have this the wrong way around. It could have been that this game intended to be promotional vehicle for the movie. They did not want to spoil the movie. They did not want people buying the game and get everything out of that, then not going to see the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe
the other thing I think of is those mobile versions of Resident Evil 4 you mentioned, because we didn't mention this playthrough. Those weren't the full games for a very long time.
We did mention...
It went up to... we didn't mention that it's, until like a later iOS version
that they bothered finishing out the last third of the game.
Yeah.
But
so who knows? Yeah,
it could be any number of could be a concomitant sort of thing. It's hard to say. In IdeaWorks 3D, we're not necessarily like the most transparent developers. And I don't think anyone's really like done interviews in recent years speaking on their time working for the studio and making these kind of weird niche games, being like for hire, mercenary studio, getting contacted by the big publishers who had made their arrangements with Nokia, who had said, yeah, we'll commit to making games for your little handheld. We're not going to be the ones to make them. We'll just fucking outsource that stuff to other studios, but we'll let you have the licenses. We'll play ball at the very least.
It's kind of odd, like, this is like a movie tie. It's a movie tie-in with a game series, but this is a product as if it's just a movie tie-in game.
Yeah.
Which, like, if someone was adapting like a movie like not Resident Evil, but it was like a kind of similar movie about a guy fighting zombies in an airport, it would still be like this because Resident Evil 4 exists.
I'm just thinking about like Street Fighter the movie, the game. I'm just thinking about like like those layers of translation and translating it back to the video game medium. It's just a strange thing to occupy, and like again, it's like serviceable. It doesn't play terribly. I have some qualms about like the keybinds. I wish there were more zombies in any given room. I wish that the economy was a little more brutal. They could have definitely stood to have made this game way harder on professional, so there's at least like something. As it stands, like I shudder to think how easy is. That has got to be like, it might as well be autopilot, right? Past a certain point. Let's not even talk about, how IdeaWorks 3D's ideas for how to like drag out this section. It comes down to airplanes on autopilot, which is one of the goofiest premises, even for this franchise, even for Resident Evil. That is a fucking stretch. That we have a dozen planes about to take off in autopilot with zombies on board, and where they land, nobody knows.
But just like, it's weird that they have something that's obviously like padding like that, and then they have a 36-second chapter. Like,
yeah.
But you didn't have to necessarily do anything the way you did it, so why did you?
It is such a very strangely paced game, too. Like, between all those chapters. I will show, just briefly, we'll pop back up here. Go to that load game again, why don't I? You see the way the timer here is, it tells you what time you hit the chapter at. You can see 36-second chapter here. Like, so the first chapter is like 13 minutes. Second chapter will run you about like 6 minutes. Then this is like 9 minutes, 8 minutes, another 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 16 minutes. Chapter 7 must have been a long one. 3 minutes. 36 seconds. Final boss takes like 2 minutes. I don't know. I could have just done with less chapters. I could have done with a less forgiving game, ultimately. Like, I think they dumbed it down too much. We mentioned, like, the tutorial messages, the constant, need to be explaining every mechanic to you, like how dumb it treats the audience as being. And I think that is a problem. I think it is like they severely underestimated the audience. Even understand that this is made for a mobile phone, even understand the controls for this weren't going to be ideal on your Nokia device. Like, there are people who like figured this stuff out. I mean, like, you look at the early days of texting before you had dedicated keyboards, and you would have to press like the one key 3 times to get the letter C, right? And that seems like an incredibly unintuitive and clumsy thing to do. And yet, people got really good at that. People mastered the phone keypad at a moment in time. And if you were someone who was dedicated enough to have the N-Gage marketplace installed on your Nokia phone, who was savvy enough to get a Resident Evil movie tie-in game, to be like, I know Resident Evil, I know this movie, or I know one or the other at the very least, let me play this game. Oh, it's like Resident Evil 4. I immediately recognize it being like Resident Evil 4. At that point, like, have a little more trust in them. Have a little more confidence in them.
Side of that too is like, you're playing on professional. Like, if it was normal, even like, then it could be like, well, you don't want a person to buy this game. It's like, if you put it on the hardest difficult, like, you kind of have license to do whatever you want, like, because they had to choose it. So like, if the game's mean, they can't be like, wow, this is hard. Yeah.
I would also say, it is a little paint by numbers. They could have afforded to take some liberties to put some sort of spin on the thing. As it stands, like, yeah, at this moment in time, remaking Resident Evil 4, or not remaking, but, you know, homaging Resident Evil 4 to the point where, like, you're bringing the QTEs in and the merchant and all that. Like, you know, it's on the one hand, it's impressive. On the one hand, it makes this game Resident Evil 4.5. On the one hand, it is the thing that people remember about this game, if it is remembered at all, is the fact that it is so derivative of that thing and manages to approximate it well enough. At the same time, you know what's way more interesting to me? Those J2ME games. Specifically the 3D one, not the 2D one so much.
Yeah.
But the 3D one where they turned this into like a classic Resident Evil game. That was more novel at the time and would be more novel going forward because you know what Resident Evil stopped being? It stopped being classic survival horror. They got away from the things that brought them to the dance to the point where every game now is either a Resident Evil 7-like or Resident Evil 4-like. Or in the case of Requiem, a mismatched, misguided combination of the two. But that's a story for another fucking day. It is more novel to just do it as a mission-based homage to the classic games, even if you're painting over those classic screens. That version of the game, I'm way more interested to check out at this point. I'm so curious to see what they do with that. And we will do that, I think. We'll find some excuse to show that in the next episode of A Cup of J2ME, so tune into that.
That just speaks to where survival horror was at this time, because it really was just Resident Evil 4 came out. You can't do survival horror anymore. You have to do action stuff. It was a depressing time if you were a survival horror fan.
Yeah,
it took a long time for the industry to realize, oh wait, people actually do like these games. Resident Evil 1 remake just so bad because we put it on the fucking GameCube.
Yeah, it's like that was a bit of a mistake. I can't believe Capcom would do something. I put something out in a limited release and it doesn't succeed. But like, yeah, it did sell poorly. Like, and at least they had that excuse at the time. But like, it's not a great excuse. I mean, I really wanted to play it back in the day, but I couldn't because I had a PS2.
Well, at least the series is in good hands now. Oh wait, fuck, god damn it. Yeah, well. And that's all I have to say about that. And that's as much as I think we can stretch on Resident Evil Degeneration. Until we play that J2ME version. Until we play that on the show. And I am eager to do that sometime soon. But yeah, that'll do it for Resident Evil Degeneration. That'll do it for our show tonight. And so I say, folks, thank you for tuning into this, our playthrough of Resident Evil Degeneration. We hope you enjoyed your time aboard our flight, our 3-hour flight here. We hope you enjoyed the complimentary peanuts. You didn't get those? You didn't check under your seat? Well, better late than never. More N-Gage games to be played, more N-Gage 2.0 games as well for that part. We'll figure out a way to get more of these on the show, to fly through more of these. We already figured out a way to play J2ME games. We finally convoluted that shit, so more mobile games in due time as the people demand it. What do we have up on the schedule? What do we have coming soon to a stream near you? Thursday, May 21st, our patron poll results are in, and we will be playing Virus, It Is Aware. This Thursday, May 21st. We put up a poll, sci-fi from PlayStation's past, so PlayStation games that predicted the future. We'll see how close Virus It Is Aware came. Saturday, May 23rd, we'll have ourselves a little bit of a fight night. The 20th installment of Fight Night at that. It's a show where we play fighting games against one another. Some of them good, some of them bad. Me, sad the whole way through because I don't like fighting games, but what else is new?
I was waiting for that rhyme.
You can join us Monday, May 25th for another episode of Casual Mondays, a show where we play not-so-bad games and shoot the shit a little more casually. The VODs for it, that's what I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember all my beats here. The VODs for that one don't go up on YouTube. They go up on the Patreon and for our financial backers, and we'll tell you a little bit more of that, about that in just a bit. We'll also tell you that a week from now, Tuesday, May 26th, to celebrate the release of that new James Bond game by way of IO Interactive, we will be playing 007 Racing for the PlayStation. Good God. Put that one off as long as we could. We showed it on the show before. We played it as part of the Bond night, most certainly. I think we maybe played it once before that, too. It is fucking rough. So look forward to it. That's going to be a painful one, to be sure. But that's as far ahead into the future as we can look. So we'll say, hey, if you like what you saw here tonight, consider joining our Discord server, discord.gg/BGHOF, a community of connoisseurs, talk good games, bad games, every game in between, things that aren't games, or join our Bad Game Club, where folk are playing what right now, Johnny?
We are playing Pon, the next level for the PlayStation. Pon taken to the next level, to the new century, where a CPU can track all your inputs. It's real fun.
Yes, play that, commiserate with the community over that game. And if it doesn't strike your fancy, don't worry. Next month we'll have a new bad game. There's always a bad game being played for the Bad Game of the Month Club over on the Discord. If you really like what you saw here tonight, you might even consider financially supporting us, pledging on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, or becoming a member on YouTube, any or all of the above. We'll grant you access on our Discord to a Patreon Saints channel wherein you can vote in polls to help determine our playthroughs. You can make suggestions to help steer the direction of the show. You can gain access to exclusive content, primarily by way of VODs, primarily by way of the Casual Mondays archives. Over 150 hours of content available over on the Patreon and on demand to folk in that Patreon Saints channel. And, you know, the biggest perk of all, the best perk of them all for supporting us is knowing that you're supporting us. And it's those warm, fuzzy feelings that come with that. Knowing that you're helping support the Bad Game Hall of Fame, helping keep the lights on at our little enterprise here, keeping us in bad games, prolonging the suffering, if you will. You monsters. Maybe you can't financially support us at this current juncture. We completely understand. If you're still looking for a way to support the show, that is free. You can mosey on over to our YouTube channel. We got a suggested viewing playlist over on there. 20 hand-picked episodes that we think make for some of the best onboarding onto this here show of ours, fit to share with folk you know who might go for video game streams in the 3 to 4 hour range. This one's almost coming in at 2 hours and 59 minutes. We'll see if we can get it done before the 3 hour mark. Or maybe you know someone who's a big fan of Resident Evil, and you can upset them when I start talking about Resident Evil Requiem on stream. Maybe they'll stay tuned to around that part, and then close out of the stream in disgust. And then 10 years from now, when everyone recognizes that I was correct the entire time, when everyone realizes that I was right, I'll be hailed as a genius, as a prophesizer, as a what's the word for someone who can predict the future?
Gesserino.
That's right. The world's #1 Gesserino Cassidy. We leave it at your discretion, dear viewers. But that's going to do it for us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. We will send folk the way of... I'm looking. Give me a second here. We're going to run out the clock just looking for someone to raid right now. Shit. Let's go with Airbagged. Let's go with Link to the Pabst, who's playing Forza Horizon 6, the woke racing game, in the game that makes weird people want to have kids, is the title of their stream. So,
wonder if that's Pragmata they're going to play later.
Possibly. Let them know the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you. So on, so forth. I have been assumed crash position Cassidy.
I've been more degenerate than Resident Evil, Johnny Backhead.
I thought of too many jokes, so I'm going to do them all in one. It may be unforgivable that Sid came back for commentary on this one, but you might be able to take advantage of this. I love my wife. Signed, Sid Management.
Very good. Above and beyond. We'll see all y'all folk down the line later on. Down the sky, since it's an airplane, not later on down the road. I changed it up a little bit. Anyway, bye for now.
Toodles!
Are they gonna kiss on this screen? Is this? I forgot this image. I forgot that we were in front of. Look at it. They look like they're gonna kiss. This is still from the movie. Erotic. No, it said Rising. Shit. Different franchise. Oh, bye. Bye.
Bye.